What is happening, Blades? And welcome back to Behind the Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is your Rivals Watch Along. Sit back, Blades, get comfortable. We cannot lose tonight. Well, we're not playing, so we definitely can't lose tonight. But I think any result works for us in some sort of way. So we can enjoy this tonight. We don't have any pressure on us. So the situation is Leeds United are hosting Sunderland. They're both a game behind us because this is their game from our last game week, if you like. So they're playing later than everybody else. For those that aren't aware, which I'm sure there's nobody here that isn't aware, but just in case, we leapfrogged Leeds United back to the top of the table on Saturday with a victory over Luton. At Luton, difficult place to go. I don't care how badly they're playing at the moment. It's a tricky place to go, and they looked galvanised to me. Maybe that was some of our own doing. Different story for another day. So we are back to the top of the table. Leeds United now sit behind us. 2 points behind us. 2 points? 1 point behind us. 1 point behind us, aren't they? Should have got this prepared beforehand, to be honest. I've done this a lot recently, but it's chaotic. I need to get better at it. Note to self. So I'd rather give you the full details of the table. So Sheffield United sit top, 33 games played and 70 points. Leeds United is second, 32 games played and 69 points. So 1 point behind us and a game in hand, which is tonight's game. Burnley in third, which is obviously the cut-off place. You need to finish in the top two for the automatic promotion hunt. Are 5 points behind us. They've played the same number of games as us. So we are even with Burnley, and they are 5 points away from us. Sunderland can only match that tonight, best case scenario for them. If they beat Leeds tonight, they can move to 65 points. Same as Burnley, same games played. They won't even overtake them because of goal difference. So my preferred result tonight is a Sunderland win, because I think that keeps Leeds' bums squeaky. I think that I think they start to maybe falter ahead of the huge game next Monday when Leeds United come to Bramall Lane and play a completely different Sheffield United side to the one that they faced previously. So I'm really excited for tonight. I mean, there's always sensible reasons for other results. Obviously, a draw. There's less points come out of the game for the top four sides. Two of our top four rivals. So that's an arguable point. Leeds would go above us, but only on goal difference. Sunderland would remain 7 away from us. So that's a very arguable point as well. The other result, of course, is a Leeds win, meaning Leeds jump back into first place on 72 points, much higher goal difference. So equivalent to 3 points above us, really. But the people who want that result have the sensible longer-term idea in mind that, look, we don't have to win this league. We just have to finish second to go up. And if we are the best of the rest, then that does it. That does the job, doesn't it? I would like to finish above Leeds. I have reasons. I have a dog in the fight, as you all know, in this race. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And I'm just going to enjoy tonight, whatever happens. So I'm not on my own. I might be speaking on my own because we've had some microphone issues. But he's joined me. We're all right. It's all good. I'm hoping the main commentator, you can actually hear him tonight. So let's try it. Keep your fingers crossed. Welcome back, Jordan Motson. How's it going, pal?
I'm good. Are you?
Yeah! Hey, I'll tell you what. That looks a bit decent. What you got there? What you got? What you got? Oh, nice, mate. Nice.
Bit of Blades Ramble merch, innit?
Love that, pal. Love that. Love that. So what had happened with Mike? What had gone on?
I don't really know. I just I left. I shut it all down and reloaded it back up. And
Smack it on top a few times and it works.
Yeah, basically. So
that takes me back
to
working life. Right, panic over. So, mate, we'll jump into the teams in a minute, but I'm conscious that people are excited for this one. We've got a few comments to get through already. Danny says, evening, Blades. After not being able to decide what best result for United is tonight, I've decided I want loads of players to get red cards and injuries up the Blades, up behind the Ramble. Can I just say as well, thank you to everybody that has subscribed to this channel. We are now over our 1,000 subscriber mark. So it'd be remiss of me not to say thank you so much for that. So that now is a trigger point for monetization for the channel. There's 2 strands that you need to hit for monetization on a YouTube channel. One is 1,000 subscribers, and the second is 4,000 watch hours within 365 days. We are currently at around 3,700. This is just, we're behind the ramble, so I'm just telling you how the mechanics of it work, really. So we're around 3,700 watch hours at the moment. They're usually about a week behind, so I think we've actually probably met the 4,000, but it's not quite caught up with itself in terms of how it's recorded. Leeds United and Sunderland have big fan bases, so I'm highly anticipating tonight, even if they don't, come in their droves. I am fully expecting us to get some decent watch time tonight, which it will come eventually. It's not a race or anything like that. I think the subscribers are the most difficult thing to get in terms of making people aware that you're here, really, more than anything else. Tonight, it's only available for that reason. Tonight, it's only available on Behind the Ramble. Usually, I like to put it on different platforms so it's more accessible. But this will drive people actually to the platform. So there might be less people in because it's only available on YouTube tonight. But that's to drive the watch hours so that we can get to that monetization point as quick as possible. And that is just how it works, essentially. So I wanted to be completely transparent with everybody. That's exactly what we're after with this channel. And from there, I cannot wait to start pumping out some new content. I've already got something in mind, which I think will be of interest, and we'll crack on. Tom, not actually from Barnsley, says, I think best case scenario for us is just Leeds to lose their current confidence and momentum before the lane battle. That's not something that's been mentioned an awful lot, George, but logic dictates, if you're being super sensible, we should want a Leeds win tonight in terms of the points on the board. I'm not arguing that point. I think it's a sensible approach, but this outlier point that Tom's got here isn't getting enough attention. If Leeds lose tonight and then come to Bramall Lane on back of a loss after thinking they were indestructible last 3 games, where they started off with a 7-0, then they beat Coventry, who'd won 4 on bounce, then they smashed Watford 4-0. If Sunderland turn them over tonight, you could shatter that confidence. So that plays a part in what I'd like to happen as well, if I'm honest. What result do you want tonight, mate?
I was thinking draw.
Oh, yeah.
Just purely because I know I said on Saturday that I think Sunderland not going to be a problem. I think I'm a bit naive to say that. I do think there could be a problem. Like you said, They've been there all season. They've not been going away. So with them, are they 8 points behind now, is it?
8 points behind, yeah.
So if they draw tonight, that only goes to 7. And if Leeds draw, they joint top with us, but obviously they've got a huge goal difference. So for me personally, I'm happy with a draw. If Leeds win, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
I'm happy with a draw tonight. So if it goes that way, it'll be a good thing for us.
The beauty of it tonight, George, while you were getting your sense sorted out, I was saying we can make an argument for any result tonight, can't you? And we can be happy with it. We can put a positive spin on it because there is a positive to take out of whichever way the game goes tonight, which is the beauty of it. It means we can just enjoy a sense. David says, evening, Jimmy and George, hoping for a good game. 3 sendings off for Leeds. Up all the rambles, up the blades, like and subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, pal. Holly says, evening all, and hope everyone's okay. I hope you're feeling better, Jimmy. I'm getting there. Thank you, pal. And I just want to say, before I tell you the next thing I'm going to come on to, Rich is our 2nd channel member. Thank you. He's joined the BTR crew. I might be way too old to be calling people that, so we may revise the name. I'm not saying we'll stick to that. It was made in a hurry, just as I was excited to give you that access as well. So thank you, Rich. I would say that you are now eligible to join our original Ramblers chat, but as you are a platinum Rambler, you have access to all the stuff anyway. So thank you for your continued support, pal. As you know, it's very much appreciated. And in terms of am I feeling better, I am definitely on the mend. I am definitely on the way out of this man flu rubbish, whatever I've been going through. Geordie boy is the one that I'm glad he's a screen away tonight rather than in touching distance, because you are a bit dodgy, aren't you, tonight, pal?
Yeah, I had a sore throat over the weekend, and then I woke up this morning. I felt very lethargic and bunged up, but I'm all right. I'm fine.
Dearie me. Well, we've got 5 minutes to kick off. I want to get through. I'm conscious it's going to be a comment along into it because there's going to be a lot of people here. I think we've got 130 in already. But have you heard Connor babbling on tonight? Lol. I have indeed, Jace. And thank you to the gatekeeper for sending me an absolute gem, which I've sent on to him, which I will happily share with people when we get a bit of chance. chatting absolute dog poo. Look, we get used to that. Like, I got told on this, I don't know whether it were on BTR or whether it were on the Ramble itself, but I got told I was quite disrespectful to Connor behind his back on this channel. Now, please don't get it twisted. Connor watches this channel as well. He watches both channels. I watch both of his channels. Everything I say on here about Connor is firstly in jest, and it's secondly wouldn't be anything that I wouldn't say to him. So if you've taken it harshly, anything I've said about Connor, it's certainly not meant that way. But he he does. I agree. Chat's absolute dog poo. And if people think that's me slating him and not showing him enough respect, then maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, I am. Matt says, oh, my God, I'm so glad you're on, Jimmy, because Connor's doing my head in. He's so overconfident saying we're going on to smash Sunderland and United. Mate, we'll see, won't we? It's very cocky to go so early. Come on, Sunderland, says the Saint. Danny says, hoping Melier doesn't get injured tonight, though. Yeah, he's the only one I want to make it through, to be honest, unscathed. I would love it if they lost both games and watch all the Leeds fans start panicking. Absolutely. Could do with James getting injured tonight. Red card will do me, pal. Red card will do me. I've been more excited to watch it. I've been more excited to watch a game that doesn't include our beloved Blades up the Ramble, says Daz. Never been. Yeah, got you. I thought that's what you meant. Saints having a pop at me for being late. George coughing all over at stream. Unbelievable. Sorry, pal. I'm only kidding. Sorry, Jim. Almost missed the start as I was watching my second favourite sport, ice hockey. Canada are 4-0 up, by the way. Hoping for a draw, but would take a Leeds win to keep Sunderland 3 games back. Yes, nice. Connor meltdown would be glorious to end my evening. Out of all three outcomes are okay. What a great match. I agree. I'm trying to get through these, but just turn the sound off, Sky. Much rather listen to you, Jimmy, than Warnock. Oh, he's Warnock. Yes, I saw him in the studio, actually. I've got it on mute at a minute. Nice intro, Jimmy. I repeat, thank you, pal. That's Matilda Shakes. I don't know if I can't break the news for him, but follow them on social media, and they'd announced a hiatus. Well, that may not be the case anymore, so let's just say that. I repeat, Leeds win, and we beat them next week. Yeah, that Ray's been consistent with that. Ian says, evening, Jimmy and Geordie. We can make an argument that any result suits us tonight. Sit back and enjoy. Up all the rambles, like and subscribe. And before I get into any more comments, I just want George's opinion on the team sheet tonight, which is... Look at some of these teams, by the way. These are 2 strong sides. So we've got Melier in goal. It looks like it's going to be Bogle and Firpo fullbacks. It's unchanged for Leeds, I think, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Rodon and Ampadu together as a centre-back pairing. Gruev and Tanaka as a central midfield pair. Dan James on the right. Mana Solomon on the left. Brendan Aronson in the 10. And Joel Perreault up front. For Sunderland, it'll be most likely, and they've done it in a decent order as well. So it's Patterson in goal, good goalkeeper, Trey Hume and Dennis Sirkin fullbacks, Trey Hume right back, Dennis Sirkin left back, Dan Ballard and Luke O'Nien as centre halves. People will tell you that Luke O'Nien is a weak link. I don't believe it. I quite rate him, to be honest. I've just cursed him, obviously, but I think
he's like Jackie Robinson, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not.
Type players.
I give him better. I give him more credit than that, to be fair. And then it's going to be Dan Neil and probably Joe Bellingham, I think, as the 2 central midfielders. Pat Roberts will be on the right. I want to say Chris Rigg in the 10.
Yeah.
But they're desperate to get Enzo Lafitte into the middle. So don't be surprised if Mundell comes on, who's making his return from injury, for maybe Chris Rigg at some stage, because Mundell will slot into that left-hand side and Lafitte will get to become a 10, which is his more natural position, and he is a problem. And Isidore, who I really rate, is up front leading the line for them. So they're matching each other up for formations. It seems to be the formation this season, doesn't it, George? The 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
And exciting to see. Let me just have a quick look at their bench, actually. Brown, Mayenda.
Because obviously we came here to Ellen Road, didn't we, and changed this formation, tried to do something different. I know we're after, obviously, sad news of Bulldog, but they've matched up and they're doing exactly what they've been playing for most of the season. So it's good to see these playing that, because it gives us an idea on how we can play, because we play 4-2-3-1. So it gives us a great idea on how we don't have to change our formation just to suit Leeds. It's how we want to play at home in it as well.
Too right, mate. Too right. Would love to draw tonight and hope the Pigs can do something against Burnley on Friday. I'll be doing a watch along for that as well. George's not available for that one, but
unfortunately,
I'll be doing a watch along for. And that's, for me, that's a flip of this game where any result suits us. I don't want any result in the Burnley Pigs game. So I think it's one of them. I think it might be a draw, says Sam. We're off, by the way. We've kicked off. I'd be happy for Sunderland to win, as that would show that Leeds can be beaten and they will be rattled for the Blades game, says Danny Boy. So Leeds passing it all on the back line. Evening, boy, says James. Evening, pal. What do you think to Swansea sacking their manager? No real opinions on it, to be honest, Sam. I think they've been poor this season. Connor will be rattled too, which would be priceless, says Danny.
That was Swansea, though. They've just felt like Grimes.
Yeah.
A couple of the players are out of contract to end its season.
They're only going one way out of Swansea.
Pardon?
They're only going one way. It might not be this season, but they're only going one way on current trajectory that they're on.
It's not a settled team, is it, either that as well? They know their destinations come end of season. And then they're sacking the manager as well. It's a bit toxic, that, I think, isn't it? And then it's not worked out for him, has it?
Not at all. Not at all. Apparently, Leeds haven't beaten Sunderland at Ellen Road since 2002. That's true. I think there's only been, Connor was saying there's only been about 7 games since, but still, it's a decent record. Carrick needs time. It's the right decision. They would have been stupid to sack him, says Sam. I agree. Evening, Jimmy. Hope for a draw tonight or a Sunderland win, says Cole. It's all good Leeds losing tonight, but we still have to put up a great performance against them. With our inconsistency, I really don't know what to expect. Dan says, evening, Jimmy. Parked up, ready to watch the game. Hoping for a 0-0 or a Sunderland win. Yeah, that'll do. Be interesting to see how Leeds deal with the hoofball cavemen football from Luton when they have to play a 5-a-side pitch down there, says Dublin.
Shot from edge of box. Bellingham. Oh, good save, Mellier. Comes back out to Bellingham, though. It looks
You're
like
in front of me again.
For a corner. This is just going for this comeback, Annie, to Trey Hume. Puts ball in box. Set it out by Leeds. Dan Bollard wins it. It's still in dangerous territory, but then a ball gets lifted up and it's come to Bogle.
What you on, Jord? What's time check?
I am on 2:06.78.
No, I'm 2 seconds behind you.
I can pause it. After
this, here come Leeds.
Intercepted.
Oh, well done. Trey Hume, well done. Pat Roberts now on right-hand side. Chris Rigg back to Trey Hume. Pat Roberts cuts inside. Slips it. Oh, Isidore then just needed a touch. Woohoo! Nice start.
Just trying to get me stream linked up, Sky linked up with you. So what time check again?
2:47.89.
Yeah, we're about there. I'm about a second behind you, but I'll leave it.
Okay. Understand though, Jimmy wants a Leeds win, but any result can benefit us. Absolutely right, Ray. It can. Still confident for Monday night under the lights, says Cole. Need big players to step up and not have any dead weights in the team who don't contribute. Hamza needs to step up from what I've seen. He's been poor. I didn't see the Derby game, so can't comment. Yeah, I think it's harsh to. Oh, wait, yeah, hang on. Here come Leeds again. Oh. You never want to be in a foot race with Dan James, do you?
You're not going to win it.
Elton, no chance.
It's just he's like lightning.
Yeah. When is Motti getting that coat on now that we've reached the target, says James. It's a great point. And for somebody who's under weather as well, he could do it keeping warm, couldn't he? Really?
That's why I got this on.
Oh, that's true.
Keeping me warming up.
Craig says, hi, Jimmy, hope you're well. And Dodgy Motson again. Has he got his coat yet? Up the Blades, up the Ramble.
It's going to have to be next stream, isn't it?
Mark says, can't see anything other than a Leeds win this evening. I think they'll just have too much for the Black Cats, but not enough for a full-strength Blades side in a week's time. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Well said, Mark. Oh, high press from Leeds here. And Bogle nicks it on the right-hand side. Well done, Luke 09 to clear. Here come Leeds again. Okay, back in Leeds half. Line. Scottish Blade says, evening guys, think any result works for us, but in all honesty, I want Leeds to lose. Let's enjoy up the Blades, up the Ramble. Joe says, who do you want to win tonight? Win, lose or draw? I'll still come back for more. It's going to be United all the way.
Corner for Leeds.
Corner to Leeds. Hopefully Sunderland win tonight, then kick the weeds in the nuts while they're down, says Craig. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. John says, hey up lads, a draw or a Leeds loss will do for me. A loss will make them vulnerable against us. I think we beat them 2-0. Up the Blades, up all the Rambles. Like and subscribe. Steve says, George, mate, you've got that chest sinusitis. It's coming. It's horrible. I know. I think that's what I had, to be fair. It's not nice. Not nice. So
I'll be right.
Yep.
It's only man flu.
It is a bit of man flu. Oh, nice.
Solomon
Leeds
in
crossed
behind.
in.
Surely he's got to play it to Dan James there.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, Dan James now.
Oh, it's a lucky bounce.
How good is Dan James this season, by the way, unfortunately?
It just seems to have kicked it up again, doesn't he?
He's levelled up, hasn't he? He has.
Maybe this might be his level, though. It might be a really, really good championship player.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
And then just never really... don't get me wrong, like you say, he's light lightning, but he's also... It can be lightweight, can't he? And in Premiership, when you are a bit lightweight, you get muscled off at ball quite easily.
True.
And you get targeted. Especially when you're as quick as him, you get targeted. And they'll just bully him. That's probably why it's not worked out for him in Premiership.
Ken says 4 Leeds red cards and still 5-0 up before the floodlight fail in 89th minute. Mark says, evening, Jim. George bumped into a Leeds fan today at Yorkshire Wildlife. Very smug. He was confident of 2 wins. I just laughed at him and he trotted on with his tail between his legs.
I think we've got another Leeds corner, haven't we?
No. Bogle's 2 bookings away from a 2-match ban, says Danny Boy. That don't affect us then, does it?
No.
Saint says, nothing wrong with Connor having confidence, but it's a bigger fail when it goes boobs up. Yes, it is, mate.
You'd be used to it, wouldn't you, as well? But how many times they've been in this situation and fell apart, you'd think he'd be used to it.
Ramble Royalty, Nick Cook says, I'd like 11 red cards against Leeds tonight. Absolutely. James says, evening, Jimmy. Hope for a good result today with Sunderland win. As for the Piggies against Burnley, can't. Corner, cleared.
Terrible corner.
Awful, that. Was that Pirro?
No, I think it was Gruev, wasn't it?
Gruev. As for the Piggies against Burnley, can't see them doing us any favours. We'll just have to wait and see. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. I suppose that's the way of looking at it, isn't it, James? That we sort of want Wednesday to do us a favour a little bit. But if Wednesday get beat and I'm sat watching Wednesday get beat, it's still a good laugh in it, whoever they're playing. So David says, do you think the Wendy fans will want to lose against Burnley to throw a spanner in the works for us? Yeah, I do, because theirs is a nothing season, isn't it? They are one of the most... They're quickly going to be one of the league's first irrelevant teams who can't go up and can't go down. So they're going to have naught to play for soon. So why not? Why not try and affect us? We live rent-free in their heads anyway.
Best thing is when you just said about piglets then, Mrs. has just walked through.
Yeah.
And she'd be talking about it and her face just turned to thunder and I thought it was quite funny, actually.
Does she want to come on stream, Mrs. Motson? Say hello.
She's gone upstairs.
Right.
She'll not come on.
Danny says, just wonder which players from tonight's game you'd have at United for the first team. Hell, Danny, I don't think I've got enough room on my paper to write them all down. So, a lot. Sean says, what's with Warnock? The Warnock loving with Leeds. He's never been a Blade, has he, Sean? Never been a Blade.
I've said this plenty of times and people look at me a bit gone out and I'm like, he's not. He says he is, but he's got
never
too
been
much
a
loving.
Blade.
Even Bleeding gets on with Wednesdays. You know what I mean? It's like...
They were going to take their job. Can you imagine Wilder in their dugout?
No.
Would never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Have I missed the robot, says Will? He wants that robot from you, Jord. Go on, son. Go on. Rice says a Leeds win makes sense, keeps us both in the top 2, that gap to 3rd, then we can both just banter away for the title. Right, the Leeds fan. I'm sure you do want a Leeds win, but I can want you to lose as well. It's all right. It's all good. Dublin Blade says, Connor, the eyebrows, was in the car doing his thing yesterday. I half expected his partner to tap on the window and hand him a coffee and a cookie. Me too, mate. Me too. What is that all about? It's his new thing. I don't know if you've seen it, Jord, but every time I'm on stream with him, he gets a knock on door, gets at least a coffee. Last time he got a cookie, you know.
Your missus is going to have to step up there, isn't she?
I know, mate. Mrs. Ramble's just let inside down there. Scottish Blade says, evening, boys. Any result? Oh, you've posted that twice, Scottish Blade. You make me look a fool when I do stuff like that. Jack says, I hear the argument for Carrick needing time, but he's the longest serving manager in the league. So how much longer? Interesting point, Jack. Jack, who's doing some great stuff over on TikTok for anybody that wants to follow his fitness journey. I think it's probably the best way to describe it, Jack. Tell me if it's so different, pal, but I'm really enjoying your stuff. This won't be easy, says Sam. Do you mean our game against Leeds? Well, nobody's expecting it to be easy, pal. Don't worry about that. It's just... good to watch, isn't it? Good to watch them both squirm a little bit. If both Leeds and Sunderland fall apart and don't go up, says Si, who would you both like to pinch off each team for our Premier League push for the top 4 next season? I'll tell you what, yeah, we'll do one player from each side. Who would you want from both out of their permanent players? So like Lafise off the table. Bellingham isn't a realistic option. Who else?
We're going realistic, but it's Dan James for his pace. I'd love him. I'd love him on wing, you know, on wing, because obviously if Raksaki's going back, imagine this is a big win on if I don't think he'll come anyway, but this is a big win on if Leeds didn't go up, let's say, and we did.
Yeah.
Raksaki goes back and we bring someone like Dan James in. I think it's a great replacement.
Not Bogle.
No, keep him out. He can stay where he is for me. He's good. He's a good player, and we know what he offers. But we saw him last season in a team that got battered every week, and his defensive frailties were terrible, weren't they? So I wouldn't be fussed. But if at Championship, I'd have him in my team, yeah, no problem. But for Premiership, probably not.
Dan James is a great shot. It's another Leeds corner played short to edge at box. Solomon plays it back out.
Right, back to Grave on his left foot. Plays it back to Solomon. 2 players on him now. Back to Gruev, and Gruev gives the ball away. Sunderland back in possession.
Not impressed by Gruev. I've not been impressed with Gruev whenever I've seen him.
He's just got a decent free kick, hasn't he? And that's about it. Who would you pick then? Who would you?
Well, it's Dan James is a really interesting pick because I think he would be the biggest asset to us. So I probably agree with you in terms of who I'd take for Sheffield United. But I think Tanaka's their best player.
I was going to say him, but I only didn't pick him purely because
we're stacked in centre midfield when we've got
Blaster coming back.
Yeah,
Peck's been doing brilliant. Tom Davis has filled in and been fantastic when he's filled in.
I agree.
We've already got Vinny.
That's not us saying all our players are better than Tanaka, by the way. That's just a case of where do we most need strengthening. I think Dan James on our right wing would be really good for us.
Absolutely. And then from Sunderland, I'd take Isidore, you know. I love his work rate and I love his pace.
I would.
I
like Isidore. There's a few players from Sunderland I really like. I'll be honest. Obviously, we've ruled out Lafay and Bellingham. But
is that Sirkin at left back?
I really like Sirkin. But again, we've got Burrows, who I'm really happy with.
Oh, we're stacked there as well, aren't we?
Yeah. But you could say we're stacked at striker as well now. So.
Well, yeah, true. We're stacked in a lot of positions, probably, to be honest. Probably most we've had for a while for a choice when they're fully fit. But let's keep them there.
Good question, Si. Ev says, evening, Connor. Started watching the Ramble at the start of the season and been a breath of fresh air, but only just started commenting up the Ramble. Thank you, Ev. Appreciate that. But come on, let's not get the 2 channels confused. Evening, Connor. This is not a Leeds badge, I'll have you know.
I'm going to say probably saw white shirt and thought it was Leeds.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's only white shirt. It'll catch me wearing. Right. We have to take care of ourselves regardless of the result tonight. Sorry, I keep sniffing, but it's just getting rid of this thing. Nah, Matt, name my coat. What about Chowdhury's wig?
We need Andy the Blade for that.
Yeah, it will, yeah. David Smith, have you challenged Connor on his stunt double for his twin channel? Yes, I challenge him all the time, pal. He laughs it off. He knows exactly what we're talking about.
Leeds just on edge area. Solomon has a shot. He takes a deflection. Comes out to left back. I think Sirkin plays it down line. I think it's Lafay that's on ball. Looks to come inside, but gets intercepted. Gets the ball back, and he plays it to Sirkin.
He's such a class, Sirkin.
Yeah, he is. Plays the ball up, and Leeds deflects it, and it's come to halfway line, where Rodon plays it back to Bogle.
Good save, George. Trying to sink my sky. No, it's Sky. It's legit, Luke, I think. Come on, Blades. Come on, Sunderland. Behind on these comments already. We just have to do our job, says Sam. Absolutely right. Do you think Wilder will go to a back 5 with wing backs? Because if we play a back 4, I think we get ripped to pieces. No, I don't, Matt, to be honest.
I hope I don't want to. We've seen what we did we did it at Ellen Road.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the back 5. I hope we don't.
Another Leeds corner, yeah. Uncle Colin's never been a Blade, says Dublin Blade. I agree. Exactly right. Right. Leeds corner. Then.
Take the corner. With his right foot from the left-hand side. Curls one in. Goes towards the penalty spot. It's headed out by Bellingham, I think. And Isidore gets it.
Oh, go on then. Go on then. Well done. Oh, he's away.
Oh, he's coming out with it. Well done, lad.
That was class.
Goes centrally. Lafay has it. In his own half.
There was a brilliant bit of skill there from Isidore to get away from
loads
of Leeds pressure.
Because he had three players on him as well.
Nearly fell over, got back to his feet. Just really, really good.
Yeah.
Ray says, exactly, could stand a Wendy win even if it benefits Burnley, maybe a draw. Yeah, maybe so. Warnock deserves our respect, says the
Go on, then.
Saints.
Dan Neil's coming through. It's got. Oh, it's a terrible ball. He gets it back, does he? No, Leeds in possession. There were a chance that as well. They were breaking away, Sunderland, but Leeds got back well.
All right, pick one player each from tonight to put in the Blades squad. Jimmy's going to replace Robbo with anyone. No, I've picked tonight. Oh, I suppose I could go with Sirkin and put him as left centre half, or Dan Ballard. But I like Rob Holding and an L, Danny, so I'm all right. Thank you for the moves, says Will. He loves that. Loves a bit of the robot. Job says the same. It'll be a good game next Monday. Hopefully, we rise to the occasion. Bogle's trash, says the same. Oh, yeah. Dan James and Chris Riggs, says Matt. Who's the worst keeper, Melier or Beadle? Trick question. Both are truly terrible. yeah, correct. Bogle's got Toblerone boots, says the same. He's going to be one to get the winner tonight. Now you're saying all this. James and Easterdor potentially, says Matt. Evening, Jim. Started watching the. There we go, Ev. Started watching the Ramble at the start of the season and been a breath of fresh air up the ramp. Thank you, pal.
I think you've read that already.
Thank you for joining us. Pardon?
I think you've read that already.
No, because before he said evening, Connor.
Oh, yeah.
Himself,
yeah.
You see. Saint says, no, mate, you can tell you're not 100%. You're normally one telling me about that. People question James because he didn't make it at Man U. He's clearly a Prem player. I don't think he's clearly a Prem player. He's just rapid and playing really well at the moment. And if he continues this vein of form, it might be a permanent improvement and he could be a Premier League player. But
he's still only a young lad as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still only young. He's got bags of time to do it. I just think he's not, when he has been up in Premiership, he's not done much, has he? And that's why he's had to drop back down to this level. Mate. And he might find his feet and then take off again. And he's a great player. I'm not doubting that at all. And that's why I've just said if it were anyone I'd want in my team next season from Leeds, it'd be him. Yeah.
Good shout. Joe says you've got to take a centre half Strauch for me. Yeah, possibly. That's a good shout. He's never fit though, and he's not getting in now.
No.
Ev says, sorry, Jim, just been on Connor's stream. If you're going over to give him some stick, I'm all for it, pal. Don't worry about that. Chris says, evening, Jim and Dodgy Motti, hoping for a drop. Oh, there we go. Another Leeds corner.
The shot. It deflects off Sirkin and it goes out for a corner.
3 red cards each, or I'd take a Sunderland win to watch Connor have a meltdown up the Blades, up all the Rambles. Please like and subscribe. Thing is, Chris, I'm all right laughing at us who are saying, let's all hope that Leeds lose so Connor has a meltdown. Well, they'll flip it and they'll all be saying the same about us, I think, watching us have a meltdown, or me have a meltdown, I suppose, on screen if Sheffield United lose. Ryan, thank you so much for the support, pal. $4.99 from a Leeds fan as well. That's very much appreciated. Thank you, bud. Really appreciate it.
Top man.
If Pigs draw 0-0, isn't that a win? Yeah, I think it is. Nah. I think it's got to be a draw for that one.
Whoever whips the corner in, it bends it in, and it's headed away by Bellingham again. Tanaka tries to hit it on volley. Deflects operates the door, comes out to Solomon, just still on edge of the box here. I think he plays it out wide to Firpo. And then he comes back, the captain, Sunderland's half here at the moment. Rodon picks it up centrally, back out to Ampapu.
Push pineapple, shake the tree.
Solomon takes it past Roberts, and that's a great tackle. I didn't see it where, is it?
Yeah,
when he's giving words and all.
Yeah, straight Hume. Dublin Blade, yes. So if Pigs draw 0-0, isn't that a win? Yes, they do claim it as a win. They do claim 0-0s as a win. That is for those that aren't aware, they celebrated
like what
when we got
a good job they're not Burnley out like them this season, wouldn't it? Because they'd be top at league. We want 0-0 wins. They'd be getting
0-0 Champions League winners. Riff says Bogle was always a big game player for us, so let's not badmouth him too much. This is the type of game he'll score. Yeah, I think it's all right to be bitter about Bogle, to be honest. You can appreciate what he gave to us, which I do, but I'm a bit bitter because he chose our rivals over us, Riff. So I don't know. I ain't gone for him particularly tonight.
He probably expected. He knew he'll know more than what any of us did. He saw players were leaving and probably thought this is my time to jump ship. And it's worked out because you can say, he's at Leeds. They've been playing well. They're only 1 point off us. They were top before, but we're with him. We're there with him. So
not just that, mate. He's on a lot more money at Leeds. So I would, if I wasn't a Blade, I would see it as a obvious move. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I'm only bitter because he's left my team to go to one of our promotion rivals. So I'm conscious of that fact as well. Jared says I would take Tanaka any day of the week. Yeah,
great player.
Yeah, great player. But do we need a centre midfielder? I'm not saying he probably gets in our side, so I'm not saying you wouldn't take him.
Is he a
Probably
similar
gets in our
type player
first 11.
to Souza as well? So, we've been complaining about Chowdhury and Souza don't complement each other because of similar type. Is that same with Tanaka though? Because we wouldn't be able to have Tanaka and Souza, so you'd have to drop one. You'd have to drop Souza. Team.
Danny says Leeds starting to dictate a bit now. I'd take any result as long as it's not a Burnley ball draw. Black Jake says, sad to hear about John Tudor passing away. Great player. Well before my time, Jake, but obviously any member at Blades family passes away. It's a sad day. So thoughts with all those affected, and rest in peace to John Tudor. Hume with a proper tackle. Love it, says Chris. Absolutely right. Andy the Blade. Brilliant tackle from Hume. Loves a bit of that. Loves a bit of that. Thank you for joining us, ATB. Hope you're well, Dad. Proper tackle, that says Ray. I hope you're out of the bath, by the way, Dad, while you're watching us. So now that's where you were heading when I spoke to you. Solomon's gloves, took his gloves off. Must be hurt, says Ian. Paul says, evening, fellas. I'd take Isidore from Sunderland and James from Leeds. The rest they can keep. Up all the Rambles, up the Blades. From a Blade in Spain. Yes, thank
Malaga,
you, Paul.
isn't it? Where he's in?
He's in Malaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say it quietly because if my dad's in, then he'll be elbowing him to say, "Come on, then, have you?"
He'll be booking a flight.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
I'm surprised. To be honest, I think it's longest he's been in country, isn't it, for about 6 months.
He'll be going soon. Here come Leeds again.
Bogle
now.
Wide.
All right.
Is he going to run at his man? Yes, he does. And he turns him inside out. He goes into the box, tries to shoot, gets blocked. Lafay gets a tackle in, and it goes back to Patterson, who collects the ball.
He's playing really well at the moment, Bogle, I have to say.
He is. Yeah, he is. He's great at this level, though, isn't he? And he's great in a team that is very attacking. That
dominate possession. Yeah, he is.
He's great in a team like that.
He's good on the ball. He's very good on the ball.
Yeah, he is. I'm surprised he's not been a right winger before.
Yeah.
Because he could play as a right winger.
We used to say that regularly, didn't we?
Yeah. Aronson on edge at box. Cuts it onto his left.
Oh.
Get a foot in. Tanaka has a shot. Block. That's a great block. But it comes back out again. Solomon just on left-hand side of the box. Firpo runs outside of him. He tries to play it ball through. And Sunderland.
Trey Hume's done really well tonight so far.
See, do you know what? It's not actually a bad start. I know Leeds have had probably...
They've dealt with it, haven't they? They've dealt with it all.
Sunderland are defending really well at the moment. I don't want to bleeding jinx that, though, at the same time.
Bryce says, evening, Jimmy Jord, fellow Blades. I feel the same regarding Gibbs White as you do regarding Bogle, Jimmy. Missed the pen for us, then joined Scabby Forest. Yeah, I understand why people feel that about Gibbs White. I
don't feel as bad with Gibbs White. I did at the time. But now I don't feel too.
I don't feel like Bogle was 4 years, whereas Gibbs White were always a lone player.
I don't
think he had that loyalty to us that.
No, he didn't always out either. Well, and people say
not in Bogle, but I know what you mean.
He doesn't always out, does he? He's come on loan. End of the day, his career, he came on loan to progress his career, and he did that with us, and he had a great season for us in Championship, and it got him his move to Premiership, didn't it? So,
yeah, that's true.
That's a foul, I think, on Dan James. As the referee give it, I don't know what he's give here. They're still playing on, but does he give the foul? Or does he give obstruction?
Luke O'Nine's a silly boy sometimes. He just loves a bit of...
That's what I'm saying, that it's similar to Robbo, because they both like a bit hot, they're hot-headed, aren't they? And they love a challenge and they love doing silly stuff. Yeah, I think it's a foul, isn't it, to Leeds, which is just down up byline, I believe. There's not actually much in that.
No, but he's a difference maker, isn't he? Danny rightly says Gibbs White was a lone player and went straight to the Prem. Riff says Gibbs White wasn't our player, so I've no issue with him. Yeah. Time check, please. Jimmy says cooler. We're on 24 minutes and 32, 33, 34.
Yes, we're synced up. We're synced up.
To Leeds. Gruev. Pretty much on the byline, really.
Yeah, it is. Left-footed, curls it in.
Oh!
And Sunderland clear it.
Scooped away.
Ooh. I am actually enjoying. I can tell I'm enjoying this though, because there's nearly 25 minutes gone, and I'm thinking to myself, "Where's that time gone?" It's not dragged, does it? Like it did Leeds Burnley.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Leeds Burnley were a slog. Well, we just ended up bantering, didn't we?
It felt like we'd done
game.
two streams in one. To be quite honest, it were terrible. Leeds are currently in possession anyway, in deep in their own half, advancing towards the halfway line, and Tanaka picks it up. He's going to play it out to Rodon, who comes over the halfway line, and Bogle picks it up, who then turns back and plays it back over the halfway line to Rodon, who comes inside to Ampadu. Back to Rodon, back to Ampadu, and it's going to go back to the keeper. We caught up on comments.
Just about, yeah. Chris says Illiman hurt and would not like him back. Well, there's two things in there, Chris. I agree with one.
Any day a week.
I agree with one and I disagree with other. And I get why people wouldn't, but I would. Definitely would.
All day long.
W Blade says, look what Macca's loan spell did for him when he was here. Gibbs White wasn't our player, so meh. We've got a good record with loan players. It's why Man City give us their youths. That's right. We don't care about Gibbs White.
Chelsea aren't going to be happy, are they, at the moment?
No, they won't.
Especially with Gilchrist's situation, so that might ruin a few...
He's short-sighted, I think, to be honest. It does concern me. Here comes Bogle again down right-hand side. Early cross.
Oh, that corner? Was it goal kick?
No, goal kick.
Aronson who had shot, weren't it? Left-footed volley.
Yeah. Russ says, would love it if Farker messes it up and Leeds losing the playoffs.
Oh, God, don't.
That would be
That'd get me so excited. Immense. Could you imagine party we'd have at Bramall Lane?
Connor and his dad were confident. Confidence is going a bit. They're both a bit quiet. Watching you both, says Matt. Give him my regards, Matt. Tell him I said hello. Tell him to check his phone. I've clipped him up and sent him a message already before I came on. I'm about 14 seconds in front of you guys, so I'm in the future. Oh, Ray, keep your powder dry. Here come Leeds. Cleared again.
Good defending, Sunderland. Good defending. Don't foul him.
You've got to wonder how long they can do this for, though, haven't you?
They can't do it for 90 minutes, can they? That is for certain. Oh, it's lovely through his legs. Well cleared by Sirkin. Great bit of skill from Bogle.
Riff says, even with Bogle at the end, I believe it was almost a mutual decision to get rid. 6 million was a fair price for him. I think Max would have been around 8.5. So not too bad in my opinion. Yeah, I think we did well for the price we got.
Absolutely. Especially we've got 1 year left, weren't it? So
yeah. That's right.
It was a great deal probably for both clubs, really. Leeds got a great deal in not exactly paying over odds for a good player. And we got money that you very rarely get, do you, when they've got 1 year left on the contract.
Agreed. Lucas says, is Illiman the best player you've seen for the Blades? I'm on record saying he's the best player I've ever seen. Jordan, are you thinking it's
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'd love to see TC, but...
Yeah, my dad says TC.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't mean Tyrese Campbell, and I don't mean Tom Cannon. Tony Curry is the best player to ever play for Sheffield United.
And you know what? When I worked down at United, TC were brilliant as well. Like, I loved him because...
He's a right miserable swine.
He is, but it just made my day. You know, you'd be sat in staff room, and he just sat there, and everyone would say, "God, are you going to cheer up today?" But he'd smile and laugh it off, and he was brilliant.
It's good, that, isn't it? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you're fantastic.
Yeah. How are both teams looking? Says Positive Jack. Do you want to give him a rundown, Jord?
It's most Leeds. Leeds looking very attacking, and they're putting an high press on. But Sunderland are defending really well as well and dealing with it. So it's not been a bad start actually. There's not been many. Well, I think there's been probably one shot that were a volley from Aronson on edge at box. Oh no, sorry, it's 2 shots. Bellingham about 2 minutes in from edge at box killed it, but Melia made a save. But yeah, not really too much to say at the moment.
Yeah, fair dues. Kyle says there's potential for some interesting derbies in the playoffs. Blackburn and Burnley, Borough and Sunderland, if all goes pear-shaped for us, us versus Pigs. I think Borough and Sunderland might happen.
I do think Borough will pick back up.
I do.
They're just going through a sticky patch, aren't they? And They only have to get one win and confidence will creep back in. And I do think they'll still be there. They're not exactly far off, are they? There's a yellow card coming out here. I didn't see it was for. It's Tanaka. Yeah, Tanaka's got a yellow.
Off.
Yes, please.
Off.
Go on, Dan Neil. Take a dive and get him sent off.
30 minutes in, Tanaka gets a yellow.
Let's have a look at it.
Didn't touch him.
I didn't touch him.
Didn't touch him.
You didn't, did he?
Oh, somebody clip me up Connor's reaction and send it me, please.
Tell you what, I'd like another one of them. And referee falls for it. Yellow.
No, well, to be fair, they'll probably appeal. Oh no, you can't appeal.
You can't. Not two yellows. Can you? I don't think you can.
5 yellows. Oh no, that won't be a thing, will it? Because it'll have gone too far.
If that were October time, we'd have been buzzing then.
Chris says Alex Sabella by far the best player I've witnessed. Sky says Alex Sabella as well. Yeah. Before me. I'm only 25.
Ball played in behind. Isidore gets in the box.
He's rolled him.
Oh, yes! Sunderland 1-0.
Sunderland! What the Black Cats like? Oh, how weird, man! Yes, Isidore. What?
That was I tell you what. I don't know if it were Trey Hume that played it behind, or it was down that right hand side anyway, and he killed the ball round back, and Isidore runs onto it, absolutely turns Ampadu inside out, and then takes a shot.
Ampadu grabs him 2 hands round waist.
It would a penalty if not, weren't it?
Yeah.
We'll see it replay again here. I think is it Trey Hume who plays it?
Trey Hume with the ball in right back position. Oh, is it Trey Hume or is it?
No, it's Dan Ballard. And then he whips it over Firpo.
Ethan Ampadu, best central defender, best centre midfielder in league at one point, I was being told. I know he's playing centre half today, but wow.
Finish. It's a great turn because it's on his left foot and he sort of spins, turns Ampadu inside out, gets back onto his right foot. He's probably, 12 yards out, I would say, but maybe a bit less.
You know what?
It's a great finish.
Do this.
Are you calling Connor by any chance?
No.
Great finish from one of your dad's favourite players. Leeds a kick back off anyway, just while Jimmy's searching for that. 1-0 Sunderland, eh? See, they are. Is that Ollie McBurney at back?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Looks like McBurney shaved his head.
I told you. What did I tell you about this? What did I tell you?
He looks fuming.
Pinned Ethan Ampadu. Pinned him. He's terrible. Physically, he can't compete.
Let's have a look. Look at some comments. Evan Downey. I honestly don't get Ampadu as a centre-back. His strokes fit.
Oh, welcome to the dual stream team.
We're crap tonight. Sorry, Fox sexuals. I'm not convinced by him in these important games. Crap. And I get tell you what, Ian, that is a great comment. Agent Ampadu. We love it. Got to do better. Leeds playoff bound. It's a full-on meltdown. It's brilliant.
Oh, the clips we can get from this, John. The clips. Not just this stream, but the ones leading up to it. I just think we're too good for him. I think we're going to beat him.
Oh, that is comedy gold.
Oh, mate.
It's going to get clipped and all if they... he'll come on and watch this after, and if Leeds turn it around, he'll clip us, but we'll be right. All a bit of banter. We love it.
Ray says from an old game.
Yes, along with time, Jim. Leeds are falling apart again.
Leeds are falling apart again. I'll tell you what we are, Jord. Do you know what we are? We are.
Top the league.
We are top the league. It's to say this Leeds team would suit Emma down to the 17. Wash your mouth out. Could see him heading up the M1 if we don't go up this season. Not a chance.
You know what? It would suit this team. But guess what? He's not going anywhere. It's because
would Dan James suit our team? That's the question you want to answer. Leeds corner claimed.
Gets older. Good man.
Good lad. Cooper wannabe, but he did all right there, to be fair. Curry, Sabella, Illy in that order. I agree with Andy the Blade, says David. It's TC for me. David's a huge Tom Cannon fan. I love that, giving him a chance early doors. When I first used to go to the lane, my favourite player was Devlin. Those were the days. I loved a player like Dev. Yeah, absolutely. Exciting winger. Yeah, scored goals.
You know my favourite player were when I first started watching?
Who were your favourite
Well,
player?
I'll give you a guess. I started watching in 2002-03 season. So the triple assault season.
Brown.
Absolutely. I loved him.
I did
I had
too.
to have Michael Brown number 7 up back of my shirt. When I played football on a Sunday, I had to be Michael Brown.
Yeah.
What a player he were.
He were a good player. Oh. Right. Sorry, I've lost track because I was absolutely buzzing about that. Paul says, I take Illiman back every day of the week and 3 times on a Sunday. Riff says, best thing about having a brain tumour, I was suffering with memory recall, so I don't miss Illiman as much as others because I don't remember half of that season. I'm glad you can laugh about that, Riff, because I don't think I can. I'm so sorry for what you've been through, but yeah, absolutely right. I think looking for the silver lining in everything, pal. But from what I do remember, I'd take him back. Okay, thank you. I'm going to try and lift the mood of the chat again.
Here as well.
Alex Sabella says Chris. All joking aside, Riff, obviously we know about your troubles, pal, and I hope you're well. Thank you for jumping over here as well and joining us. Bob Bukar, best player to play for Sheffield United. Not sure about that. Not sure. Bobby says Bogle's a completely different player for Leeds than he was for us. Where was this version of Bogle for us? Look, if you're playing in a possession-heavy team, and we aren't always like that. That's where George said it earlier. That's where he shines. He shines in possession of the ball. When he's not in possession, is where you worry.
We just won a foul in corner as well, so it's Gruev to take it. Deep down in the corner, whips it in left footed, curls it towards the back stick.
Good head corner.
By Treyum for a corner.
What was your job at the lane, George, if you don't mind disclosing, says Ian?
I worked at warehouse.
There you go. Sabella for me too, says Brad. A lot of Sabella shouts, more than I thought we'd get. Oh! Whee! Dan James, useless. Well of at bar. 1-0 Sunderland, says S17. Goal. Hey, says Tom, poor defending. I'm off to Connor's stream. Wow, Chris, wow. Sunderland in front, Connor in meltdown.
Why go to Connor's stream when we've just had him on here?
We can bring him here, don't you worry about that. Now, what's Connor's reaction? Yes, the Blades' new striker. Oh, I love that, David. How confident are you about Blades against Leeds? Can our defence deal with their attacking pressure? I believe we can. Positive, like Jack. You are a different man, I have to say. Name
change, and it's just a changed person.
Absolutely right, mate. Different lad. Clip Connor's reaction to that. Oh, Lee, I've got some clipping to do. Don't you worry, pal. I've got not just that, the videos that came before as well, if result stays like this. Alex spent more time on the floor than his feet, says James. Any news on Hamer? Is he definitely back for Leeds? I am not sure, to be honest.
Great tackle.
I'd love to be able to tell you I'm confident he's going to be back, but I'm not confident.
Here we go. Bellingham with the ball. Sunderland on the attack. I think it's whoever was come across to him.
Please do that Sunderland accent again, Jimmy Cody. I'm ridiculous, Tim. Honestly, I'm embarrassed myself. He's not happy. Yes. Get in. Ha ha ha. Sunderland. There's loads of just tuned in, and I'm so happy, says Beast Boy. More could have fallen over that chase. Would have fallen over chasing that ball, says Bob. Behave yourself. Someone asked Connor his shirt size. Yes. Leeds are falling apart again. Bruce's shirt would look good on Connor, I reckon, says Beast Boy.
Oh,
Joy Division, love it. Connor's falling apart. Has Connor got his Blade shirt on order? Leeds are falling apart again. You had to see TC play to appreciate just how good he was, says Martin. There you go. That's what my dad says as well. And to be honest, that's pretty much what TC said when my dad said it to him. I've told this story a couple of times, but we went to an end of season do, and Tony Curry were there, who was my dad's footballing hero, and Illiman were there, and I went up and introduced myself to Illiman, got a picture, and my dad, I came back over to my dad who was talking to Tony Curry, and he says, "You see, he thinks Illiman's the best player he's ever seen in a United shirt." And I said, he's never seen Tony Curry play. I was like, could you be any further up his backside? Ridiculous.
Go on, he said,
Oh,
no.
We're back on top, says Ian. You what, mate?
They're getting in behind. You know what
They
chances?
are. Sunderland are, yeah. Well, Leeds are having to come out now a lot more than they were doing. Sabella was, that was when defenders could kick the poo out of strikers. He wasn't quite as good as our first choice Maradona, says Neil.
That's mental, innit, that?
Bobby Davison's most memorable debut. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Connery's full going on one. Thought it was going to smash Sunderland. So did I. We are just too good for this lot. We're too good for this division. We're too good.
Hold on. Weren't they saying that the best team to ever grace this division as well?
He's a ludicrous man. He's a ludicrous man.
I that were saying that. I've seen it on Twitter, to be honest. There were a couple of fans that were commenting it, saying that the best team to grace this division ever. And just quite comical to read.
Yeah.
They win a few games, 7-0, and their heads fall off and think that best thing since sliced bread.
TC is a Blades legend, but I remember those days well and always liked Alan Woodward more, with Len Badger as a close second. Fair dues, pal. It's not a unanimous thing, is it? I think TC would win the majority vote probably out of that time period. But yeah, loads of people liked Woody. Tanaka
Brian
or
Dean.
Sousa all day long, to be fair. What do you say, George? Sorry, mate.
Brian Dean.
Dean, yeah.
The only time I actually got to see him, I think it were 2004.
His third stint.
Yeah, he only come back he signed him as a free agent. He was about 38-year-old, I think.
Yeah, he was.
I remember him getting a chance. I think it was against Brighton, and he ran through, and everyone were willing ball to go in, and I think he missed. I think he fluffed his lines, and it would have been brilliant to have seen that him score just that one final goal for us. Yeah.
It would have been brilliant, that, to be fair.
Imagine if we'd have had like a Dean and a Garner scene and this window. New owners come in and they sell two of your best players on final day.
No, you don't mean Dean and Nagana. You mean Dean and Fjortov.
That was it. Sorry, Dean and Fjortov. Yeah.
I don't. Well, they'd have been hounded out already, I think.
Yeah.
Shoes off in car park.
Luckily, it went opposite way.
Yeah, it did.
Great window. Great window for us.
Alex says, bought a TV to watch the Prem. Think it's missing something. I can't turn it on.
No Leeds.
No Leeds.
Hold on, though. I think Dan James has got it. He's just advanced into the box. He takes a shot, comfortably taken by Patson. Keep them coming all day, sunshine.
Peter Unlove, my favourite player, says Holly. Yeah, lovely little flair player, weren't he?
I think the club shop probably sold the most gloves it's ever sold.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
Wearing MSUFC red ones, red and white ones.
Why is Connor watching the game in his bedroom with his Sleaford mods? With the Sleaford mods. I don't know. Cool, but yeah, that's class. We'll get him back up if there's another goal, don't worry. He probably doesn't even know I'm streaming his stream, but there you go. Illiman is the best I've seen in a United shirt, but Jamie Ward was my favourite player as a kid. Yeah, absolutely right. Good player, Jamie Ward.
And he didn't cost a lot of money, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
So yeah,
love from BD. BD. Don't know.
Brighton Diaz.
Rai says Adiakin Baye for me. Interesting. I'm a different man. Says Positive Jack. You certainly are. Yeah, true.
And I was there that day. That was brilliant.
Chris Smith says, "Who's the guy in Connor's bed?" They are different in Leeds.
McBurney.
I don't know Connor's.
Who's in Connor's bed? McBurney's brother, if not.
Oh! I thought some of them were away then. Controversial, but I'd take Alan Woodward over TC, says Ian. 8 out of 10 minimum every game. I have to say, you boys go far too early for me. I think it's great, but a long way to go.
We've got to enjoy it while we can, Andy. We've got to enjoy it while we can.
Yeah. No, you've got to be miserable. You've got to be miserable till 89th minute until it's definitely done.
It might come and bite us on backside, but...
Yeah, but that's part of fun, isn't it? That's part of fun. Because we can argue ATB, says Beachy Boy. Leeds under the cosh is beautiful to see. Yeah, it's nice. Just joining the Sunderland deserve the lead, says Josh. They've snatched the lead, let's be honest, Josh. They've had one decent attack. It were a really well taken goal, and they've soaked up Leeds' pressure really well, but Leeds have been the aggressor by a stretch, to be honest. Sunderland have done well to keep them at bay. So, Bob Booker was my first captain as a Blade, says Riff. Michael Brown was my favourite player in my time, barring the memory impacted Illiman. Yeah, absolutely. Danny says, if you could wish one player Leeds to get a red card or to miss our game, who would it be? Probably Dan James, you know.
Yeah.
Probably Dan James, because I think he causes us some problems down their right-hand side, our left. Leeds are all over the gaff, says Beast, but I'm not sure about that. Stick Campbell on Ampadu next week, says Luke. Absolutely right. There's weaknesses in this team. And I would say Alan Wood was the best player never to get an England call-up, says Neil. Okay. Just about to say that, Luke, in terms of sticking Campbell and Ampadu.
4 minutes have been added on. So we're on 45 minutes, 31, 32.
Flying by now, isn't it?
Great, cheers.
Matt says, he's saying if we lose to Sunderland, we smash United next week. Sunderland, the second best team in the league. Full of it. So now he's praising Sunderland, that second best team in the league, and they're going to smash Sheffield United.
Oh, lovely Lafay. He just done like a back heel, I don't know, like dragged it back and then flicked it through his legs.
That's a red card!
Get him off! Get him off!
Off. Oh, it's a yellow card. Oh, he's giving me a yellow card.
That were frustrated. That were a frustration tackle, that weren't it? When it Bellingham who had it.
Yeah, Bellingham's absolutely done him there.
It just, there's like a little rollover with his foot and then knocks it past and he absolutely sized him down from side.
He's bottled it. Tackle. He's getting him a yellow card. Some people will recognise that reference. Connor's falling apart again. Love it. Deluded Leeds.
Bogle's on 9 bookings. Would it still count if he'd have got 10?
Yeah. If he'd have got 10, he gets a 2-game ban.
But you know what I mean? If he'd have been on 9 and then got a booking, then he'd have missed his game.
Beast Boy says, have you seen Bannon's wife on Twitter? I saw bits of it. I didn't really keep up with it, to be honest. Oh, headed on target. Melier catches. Interesting.
Joe
Rodon.
Iron goes in after. He must, I think Melier's lent up, gone down, his court ball gone down to sort of keep hold of it like what Ramsdale usually does. And then up next minute when camera pans back to him, Iron's
yellow card coming out here for Luke 09. Oh no, for Isidore.
Unless he push it, Isidore must push O'Nien onto him. Because that's camera pan back to that then. O'Nien were laid on top of Melier. I think is he booking Ampadu as well?
Hope so. No.
Just having a chat because it's captain, isn't he? Let's have a look. It'll tell us. What is he doing? What is he doing there?
Bit of housery. What's Isidore been booked for there then?
Yeah, I don't get that because you think
Isidore don't deserve a booking. I'm not having a commentator either. Is it Andy Hinchcliffe? He can do one and all.
Turned up, so I don't like him and Don Goodman, 2 people I can't.
I know, mate. I know. And Leandri.
Yeah. So, yeah. Sue Smith and all when you have soccer Saturday on the cheese.
Don't get me started. Tim Sherwood.
I'll never forget United were doing, I think they were doing well in season, and she was commentating on one of our matches. And she said, yeah, Sheffield United are good, but they've not got a goal scorer. And at that point, I think Billy Sharp had scored 26 goals that season. And from then on, I could never listen to her ever again.
No. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. Riff says, I don't know if you guys are too young, but remember the best was Dean and Fjortov. But the best was Dean and Fjortov. Yeah, they were great together, Dean and Fjortov. I vaguely remember it. That Spackman team was amazing. I do remember that. 3 at the back, weren't it? Carl Tyler, David Olsworth. I remember that. Vaguely. Lee Sanford, I think, as well.
Oh, it's played over. Dan James wins it. He's clear off the line.
Sort of. Phil Oakley, thank you so much, pal. I played cricket against Tony Curry 30 years ago. You're not old enough, pal. Come on. Fence is decent with a bat as well. Yeah, nice. Thank you for the super chat, Phil. Very kind of you, mate. Hope you're good. Woody could put a ball on a Tanner, says Wayne. Okay. Harry Aslam. Dan Bagara, what a team they picked. Division 4 champions, like and subscribe. Sunderland clear.
We're butting in.
There we go. No, mate, you butt in. We are here to do a watch along rather than a comment along.
I don't want your dad complaining that it's
he can complain all day long. He can complain. He thinks he's been sacked for you, so it's just a bitter ex-Rambler. No, he's not. He's a huge part of the channel. Tong was the GOAT, says the saying. Michael Tong, doesn't get his flowers, I don't think, sometimes. he had a huge part in our rise during that Warnock team. Dino, the history maker, I were a huge Chris Morgan fan, you know.
Yeah.
And I know centre halves aren't fashionable to follow, but I loved Chris Morgan. I loved David Oldsworth. I loved Jagielka. Thought they were all class for us. Bobby Davison's debut was on my 21st birthday, says Daz. Great game, stuffing that lot down the road, 3-1 away. Bob Booker was in the Blades away and 2, singing his own Ooh Ah Bob Booker song. Nice. Nice. Oh, from Bangladesh. Thank you, Riff. Thank you. So, yes, hello to Simon, I think it was, that was in Bangladesh. Yes, and Simon's just cleared it up as well. Thank you, Si. Be so funny if Leeds don't go up against us, Booker. Look, we're a long way off that, aren't we? We're a long way off that. I was waiting for this name to come up. Vasper Bokis was class. Yes, he was. I think he were in that. Were he in that Spackman team? He definitely played in a back three side because he were right wing back, I think.
Like mid-90s, late 90s.
And Wayne Quinn were left wing back. I might be wrong.
What about another one? My brother mentions him. I didn't get to see him. Trianos Delas.
Oh, yeah. The Greek centre half.
He was a Greek lad, yeah. And he always said he was decent as well.
He was decent. He was. Best finisher was Keith Edwards, says Chris. A lot of people say that Paul McGrath were our best centre half ever, but he was clearly way past his prime when he came to us, but it was still top class for us. If Leeds don't go up and we go up, it will be one of the best things to happen in years, says Beast Boy. That we're a long way off that, Beast Boy. They're a point behind us as it stands, as the game stands. My dad were on about us going early, and you're now talking about Leeds not going up because they're a goal down.
Don't forget, what are they, 4 points clear of Burnley?
Yeah. Yeah. Paul says, I remember seeing Alan Woodward score from a corner from the left of the Cop end. Wow. Daz says, Glyn Hodges was my favourite player back then, especially when I saw him and David Barnes struggling to get on a train at the station, absolutely battered. Nice. You don't hear them stories anymore, do you, Daz? They'd have been caught, wouldn't they? They'd have been on all over Instagram and Twitter. And that's it, you know, training with reserves. Matt Costello says, my first favourite Blades player was Simon Tracy. Good shout. Yeah, I liked Alan Kelly as well. David Vinter says, played against Emlyn Hughes, Chris Waddle, Varade, Mel Sterling in Meadowhall League back in the day. Oh, Meadowhall League, nice.
League.
Where didn't Mr. Wilder manage in Meadowhall League? I think he were at Bradway, weren't he?
Bradway, yeah. I'm just going to say Bradway. Yeah.
Vinnie Jones was memorable. He certainly was, Bry.
There's one player.
Up, and he should be off, says Chris.
One player I'd have loved to have seen. He never played for United, but it were Paul Gascoigne.
Oh, mate.
I'd have loved to have seen him play.
What a player.
Just absolutely talented, weren't he? And the fact that he could have 3 or 4 pints before the game and then go and play like he did is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah,
imagine that in this day and age.
Simon, if I get to the bottom of these comments, I might give Connor a quick ring. Simon says Dane Whitehouse was my favourite player. Sid, what a player he was. Those diving headers and what a left foot. Those shots through the crowd of players from 18-yard line back to the back of the net. Absolutely right. Gareth Ainsworth. I remember Bobby Davison for 2 things. When he kicked Tracy off the pitch at Leeds, then his 3-1 at the Stye. Although I only saw Dane's goal as I was there. I was on their cop. All right, okay, nice one. Ray says going to be a red for sure in this game. That suits us if it goes to somebody in white, doesn't it, Ray? That suits us. We need to be careful. It's still early, says Sam. We're just enjoying it, pal. And it could turn round and Leeds might end up winning it. But some people prefer that result anyway. So
after some streams we've watched recently.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Burnley.
Sit back and enjoy itself.
Absolutely bored, stiff. So I'm enjoying this tonight.
Just got here, Jim, after watching the Paul Walker interview. Thought it was excellent. Thank you, mate. Anything happened? So Paul Walker interview will be released tomorrow. So that's out for Platinum Ramblers now, but we'll be releasing that I think it's Paul Walker from Radio Sheffield before anybody else asks if it's the dead actor from the Fast and the Furious. It's a very difficult interview to do.
It's a great watch.
Thank you, mate. I really enjoyed doing it.
If you get a chance to watch it. It's fantastic. He's brilliant, Paul Walker.
He's great, isn't he? He's great.
Lad, really nice bloke.
So easy to talk to.
Yeah, easy to talk to. He's got some good stories that he tells as well on it. And yeah, he's brilliant at his job. He's true professional. And it's definitely worth a watch.
Thank you, mate. John says, show Wilder's watching. Blades needs to go straight for the jugular. Blueprint is attack and not sit back. Absolutely right, John. That was the case at Ellen Road. We should have done that from the off. I stand by that. Can't stand Tim Sherwood, says Bri. I think he hates us. Well, feelings mutual. Josh says, don't know if you ever hear him, but that Chris Sutton is absolutely clueless about us, completely out of his depth every time he has to talk about us. Don't rate him at all as a pundit. A decent player, Chris Sutton. Don't rate him as a pundit. I think he's miserable.
I don't like him full stop because I follow Rangers and obviously we're a Celtic lad, so I can't stand him.
Took an under-15 side to America for a tournament. Alan Woodward was their president. Or the president of the club. Tulsa Thunder was the team. Played teams from Germany, Colombia, Brazil, etc. Did crap, but beat our hosts 8-0. That's brilliant. What a story that is, David. Fantastic, that. Danny says, I was a child mascot for that Spackman team. Still remember being sat in the changing room with them all. Brilliant. Ball in play and pushing area. It's a penalty, says Steve. I don't know if I missed that, but it was Porterfield in the 4th division and Martin Peters who took us down that season, says Dublin Blade. Matt says, tell you what, I really do not want the playoffs. Please, God, let us get top 2. Same here, pal. That 97, 98 Spackman team, says James, yeah. Is Ampadu on 4 yellows? Not sure. I want Ampadu to play centre-half, Mitch. I'll be honest. I would have him playing centre-half against us.
Flustered because we're not exactly good. He's not going to get a great reception. He weren't great for us. Plays for Leeds. So he'll probably get a bit flustered as well with atmosphere and that. So, I'd rather have him playing as well.
Kyle says, always knew Ampadu was a blade. Would have loved it if we signed Mepham, some defender him. He's on bench, isn't he, for Sunderland today? Morgs is the only centre-back I've seen head a ball from his own box past the halfway line. Yeah, he's an absolute beast, Chris Morgan. Rye says, bit of a reality check for us, Jimmy, to be honest. Sunderland, the better team, can't complain. I think it's harsh to say that Sunderland have been better. I think Leeds have been on top, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sunderland have held their own. I don't think you've dominated Sunderland. I think you've had the attacking phases of play, haven't you, really? You've sort of dominated possession, but they've dealt with you really well. Not been many clear-cut chances for Leeds, and they caught you with a sucker punch, didn't they? Well worked. As we call Paul McGrath over here in the Black Pearl of Inchicore, started his career at St. Pat's Athletic. All right, okay. The Black Pearl of Inchicore. Nice. Phil says, it's only half-time, Jimmy, but it's important to enjoy the moment. Brian Dean was top class. Absolutely right. Agree on both points there, Phil. Danny says, I've got gloves. Alan Kelly saved those pens with against Coventry somewhere, where he's doing that picture going, wah. Love that. Love that. He signed them too. It was my favourite match. Brilliant.
My brother had Alan Kelly's gloves because he were on, well, it were a school of excellence way back. And he played for United for 2 years for them, and Alan Kelly did some training sessions. He was a goalkeeper,
nice
my brother, and he gave him some gloves. He gave him some signed gloves. I don't know if he's still got them or not, but
brilliant.
Yeah, he did get some.
Nice one. Oh, he best still have them. That'd be class bit of memorabilia, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Blades need a Leeds win, says Andy. Listen, you don't worry about us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine with any result tonight, and I'm quite enjoying you boys losing. Skiddy says, go on, Babby. I've been giving it to him in just Joe Chat and Connors. Go on, Skiddy. You represent, pal. You represent. Matt says, Connors in a bedroom on his own, letting off some steam. I do not mean in that way. Okay. Yeah, thanks. We're a PG. This is, just so people know, I know this is a new channel. We're still PG.
So is that,
there you go.
I wondered what that thing were that were holding in his hand when he were on stream.
It's a microphone. It's a microphone. Daz says, I remember Vinnie Jones smacking the crap out of Anders Limpar out the wing every time the ref turned his back. Not as many camera angles back then. Absolutely. Dane Whitehouse for me on another level, says Chris. Yeah, he was. He was class. Can't forget Carl Bradshaw and Ian Bryson. Always gave their all. True blades.
I was just going to say, I'm really surprised someone's not mentioned Carl Bradshaw, and obviously it has now. So
for me, I didn't see enough of Carl Bradshaw or Ian Bryson to pigeonhole them in any sort of particular, to have a proper assessment of them as players, but they always strike me as the same type. And I don't mean they played the same way, but the same sort of status as like a Nick Montgomery, where they were always hard-working players, maybe not blessed with the most ability in the world, but always worked hard for the team, proper Blades players, and are really fondly remembered because of that. So I might be wrong with that, but they're a touch before me, those two lads.
Yeah.
An old centre-back pairing that I love was Tony Kenworthy and John McPhail. It was a proper brick outhouse. Well said. Well done, Neil. Well done. That's very well done. Andy the Blade will be loving this. If Leeds don't go up, says Martin, calendar and... If Leeds don't go up, calendar and look Leeds, we'll go off air for a week in morning. I know. What we're going to do? What are they going to do? Where's content going to come from? They might have to film other football teams in the area.
Sarah
Says,
we're going to say they'd probably go and follow Harrogate, but they're just as crap, I think.
Anyone else thought Ampadu looked really, really nervous in the tunnel walking out? I didn't at the time, Sarah, but now you've said it, I did catch him a little bit of that, but he looks nervous up against Isidore. Don't get me wrong, I'd be nervous up against Isidore, but he's a professional footballer, so Connor's really got it in for agent Ampadu. Listen, we're going to have to go back some time now, Chris, for clips. But he was telling me some time ago, Ampadu's a brilliant player, one of the best players in this league. Yes, he meant as a centre midfielder, which will be his get out. But he can play, he can slot in at the back easy. We're best team in the league by a country mile. By a country mile. He shakes his head like that, doesn't he, when he says it?
We had a good experience, didn't we, at Ampadu at centre half, so we knew exactly what he was like.
We know what to expect from Ethan Ampadu. And this is a level down, so yeah, he may well perform better, but still, we know there's holes there. Loved speed, even at the age he was still class. Absolutely right. Gary Speed, who had a short time playing for us before obviously became his manager, but absolute touch of class, leveled us up in terms of James Beattie, another one that wasn't with us very long and massively leveled us up. I've just got a message from Connor. Stuart McCall, another one.
I'm just going to mention him. He was class. One season that we had him.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was 2002-03. That first season I watched him and he was just absolutely
38-year-old.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Conductor, brilliant. What did Connor say about Anel with Isidore? Yes, Matt, yes. Listen, if anybody wants to send me some clips, you know where to find me. So if you stack them up, I'll send them on to him. Dean and Agana, Tong and Brown. Remember seeing Alan Birchnall at the swimming gala at City Road Baths, where his daughter was competing at the same time. Interesting, Paul. Interesting, mate. This is the view from the mountain. This means nothing. Leeds have already won the league. They're just better. Just better. That's sarcasm from the Man Mountain that anybody that's not picking it up. What did Connor say about Anel? At least he's not getting turned inside out. I don't know, mate. Say again, mate.
I just want to ask him, who's going to win league, Man Mountain?
he's all on the Blades train. He has been from the start.
I'm starting to get on it. We're going up. We're going up.
Joe says Connor's telling everyone why they conceded and saying it's from a former coach's point of view. Oh, don't. As a former coach, I can tell you. Love you, Connor. Look, keep that quality content coming. I love it. Inject it into me.
I wonder if his missus is going to bring him a cookie tonight.
Yeah, he needs one. He needs a blanket and a dummy bringing, I think. Mitch says, so much more enjoyable to watch than Burnley Preston. Hopefully things as this stand out, this is how it could cause a wobble for Leeds before they play us. Let's hope so, pal. Let's hope so. Lawrence says, we don't want Sunderland to win this. Why not, Lawrence? Why not? They're still 5 points away from us. Same as Burnley. We're in no more danger than we were before the game. And we're still top at league. So, Connor is panicking, says Scottish Blade. Doesn't sound like Connor. Doesn't sound like Connor. Excuse me.
I wonder which channel is streaming on tonight.
Well, can I just say as well, I'm going to put it out there, and I'll say it on the Blades Ramble as well, so it's on record. Connor is coming on the warm-up. He's agreed to come on live on Friday. So if there's any backing out now, then you'll know why. So he's coming on to do our warm-up for the Leeds game. We're going to go live on Friday, I think at 6 o'clock.
That'll be interesting.
It will be very interesting.
Depending on how this game goes. Because if they lose, I'm very intrigued to see what it's going to be like. Is it going to be tailed?
Me too, mate. Me too. Probably quicker to name the pundits you do like, says Cooler King. Roy Keane, although I don't like him as a person. I like Roy Keane as a pundit. Thierry Henry. I like Gary Neville. Although he's got a bit more annoying these days.
Yeah, he has.
I used to love Liam Rossini when he were doing punditry. I thought he were really clever, really astute. I liked Gary O'Neill when he were on Monday Night Football as well.
The young managers, though, like you say, young manager Gary O'Neill, Liam Rossini are both clued up, both very knowledgeable and knew exactly how to dissect a game when they were on punditry. So, yeah, I enjoyed watching them too. Yeah,
good stuff. Ben says, praying a last-minute Leeds leveller, so both teams are robbed of 2 points. Farker Leeds up the Blade, says Ben. Clean Hodges was a quality player, says Sean. Yeah, he was. Sweet left peg. Maury says, am I the only one who wants Sunderland to win or draw? No, I'm with you, Maury.
I'll take it.
But I've already put my flag in the sand, haven't I? Everybody knows where I stand with Sunderland. With Leeds, sorry. Joe says, if Leeds play Ampadu against us, we need to stick Campbell on him all game and play off Campbell. I agree. Oh, I mean, there's an argument to say Kiefer Moore has a good game as well. I wouldn't start Kiefer Moore over Campbell. Not suggesting that for 1 minute. But if Moore's available to come off the bench later on, Ampadu's the one you want him on rather than Rodon for me.
Is that you thinking that Cannon is not going to be fit?
No, I don't think he will be. I don't know that. That's not any info that I've got, but I don't think he will be. Protective boot. It's not normally a week, is it? Could do with our lot growling at the Leeds players in the tunnel next week, says Bry. Anything that'll give you a little edge. Glyn Hodges, what a player he was, says Phil. One of Bassett's best signings. Yeah, he was a great player. We called John McPhail the Dalek because he exterminated strikers, says David. That's terrible. That's terrible. Russ says, can't believe no one has mentioned Mitch Ward either. Yeah, he's in that ilk of Bryson and Carl Bradshaw for me. Paul says, still got the Blade shirt with Dino's and Dane Whitehouse's signatures when he was on crutches. Wow. John says, loved Janaga Fjortov and his celebration top forward. It was aeroplane, weren't it? Jason says, Connor's stream has gone off. I hope you don't mean literally. That would be a shame. Ready for your cup final next Monday, lads, says Dave P. You might want to sort out semi-final right now, Dave. You might want to have a little look. You might not get to Wembley at this rate. Jumping hell. Simon says, I remember playing sensible soccer back in the day and changing every player's name to Glyn Hodges because he was everywhere and covered every blade of grass. We're off again, by the way.
Yep. I've got a question for you.
Go on then, mate.
Who's your most underrated signing ever for United that you've seen?
Oh, underrated, as in bargain signing or doesn't get the credit that he deserves?
Yeah, probably don't get credit that they deserve. That probably gets forgot about sometimes, but were an absolutely fantastic signing.
I'll tell you a more recent one, Mark Duffy.
Yeah. I got that name in my head.
Oh, nice little bit of interplay. Trey Hume's causing problems for Leeds down the right-hand side.
Didsey as well, though. I don't think he got enough credit.
Oh, he got the plaudits.
For a free transfer, he were unbelievable.
I think Mark Duffy changed the way we played. And I think he gets lauded because of his goal against Wednesday, but it was so much more than a goal against Wednesday.
It was brilliant.
So much more. It were brilliant for us.
In that free roll, he just had an absolute free roll to do whatever he wanted, and he were class.
Bradshaw, Whitehouse, and Mitch Ward were a good trio for the Blades. Even bought Dana Pint in Roebuck a few years back, thanking him for scoring that day at the Stye. Nice one, Dublin Blade. Love that. Daz says Mel Reese was a sensational goalkeeper for us for a short time. So good to see him walk out at Wembley. Came in as an emergency and shut Liverpool out in a 2-0 win. Love that. No lamp on today, Jimmy. Oh, do you know what?
That's what happens, Jim, when you're rushing.
I know. Fair play, Matt. Fair play, mate. Ian says, to be fair, Connor said before the game he didn't want Ampadu to start at centre-back. Don't let that stop you from giving him. I won't, mate. Don't you worry. Sheila's Wheel says, lived on the same road as Sabella, Kenworthy, McPhails and Conroy, plus Verdi, Oscar, Arse. Sabella would always have a word with me. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Connor, a former coach, driver for National Express, says Neil. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. James says, it's only half-time, fellas. Let's not get carried away too early. To be honest, James, if we had a dog in the fight, which we don't really, if we had a dog in the fight and we needed a certain result to go, then I think we're going early to be cocky. But I'm just enjoying Leeds losing. And they might pull it back. And if they do, some people like that result anyway. But I'm all right with, I don't think we look particularly stupid. I just think we're enjoying ourselves, are we?
I said before game, a draw for me.
Yeah, you did.
I'm also not. I'm not against what's going off right now. I was just trying to think with a logical head, but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not against this. I've been well after.
Bryce says, I like Alan McAnally as a pundit. Yes, great pundit, Alan McAnally.
Or Ali McCoist.
Ali McCoist, yes. Ali McCoist.
Brilliant.
That's a great shout. Cammy is obviously my favourite of all time.
Legend.
Absolute legend. What are you going to say when Leeds hit 3 in the second half, says Ian? Well done.
Well done.
Well done, yeah. Well done. And you deserve to win again.
See you on Monday.
Regarding pundits, especially on Soccer Saturday, I think they should have a 5-year expiry date after they've finished playing and come into the media. Football moves on fast, and so should the pundits, says Lee. Interesting. Paul says, I watched a Connor vid last night, guy. He was on with just kept calling us Sheffield. Yes, that was Gabe. I thought Gabe spoke a lot of sense, to be honest, Paul. And he was just trying to wind us up by calling us Sheffield, but I thought he made some good points. Love Paul Devlin as a player, says Matt. Paddy Kenny for 50k. Yeah. Jake Wright, underrated, or Matty Don't. Yes. Joe, good shouts there as well. Hooker says Leeds lose today and next week, and Burnley beat the Pigs. Will be 4 points clear, and Burnley 1 point off Leeds. Leeds are falling apart again. It's written in the stars. Oh, my word. Billy Whitehurst, it would be good to put the fear of God into players, especially in the tunnel. Yes, he would. Connor Stream is off crying. Monty, says Asa, doesn't get the credit.
Corner
that's
to Leeds.
Corner to Leeds. Mitch Ward, a man, a lad. All right, fair dues, Paul. Mo Besic was underrated, in my opinion. Wish we kept him. I liked Mo Besic.
He struggled with injuries. Another one that struggled with injuries, though.
He did.
He stayed fit, a class player, but he had his injury problems, didn't he? I don't even think he's playing anymore, is he?
I'm not sure.
Corner whipped in. Bellingham wins it once again, and Isidore then wins it, but it comes out to Solomon on this left-hand side. He's looking to take on Onai, and he whips a lovely ball in, does he? There's a shout for a penalty.
Oh, never. Never in a million years. That's your first one. Don't dive again.
I was Tanaka and all. Why couldn't he have got him a second yellow?
He's pulled him down. Tanaka's pulled him over him.
Let's have a look.
It's 6-1. 6-1.
Yeah, it's a bit like bleeding Robinson and Edmondson.
Yeah, it is.
The referee gave a bleeding penalty for that one.
Load of rubbish. You're never going to get a pen for that. Not with a decent ref, anyway. Why are you so giddy? Timmy says, why are you so giddy at Leeds losing 1-0 at half-time like kids at Christmas? Merry Christmas, Timmy. Merry Christmas, pal.
Because we are top of the league. Say we are top of the league.
Correct. Why is Connor so upset you're losing 1-0 at half-time? Don't know. You just know Wilder and Alan Neil are watching this game up the Blades, up the ramp. They're on watch along, Steve. They're with us here. They are one of the 266.
It's all this first 5 minutes though. It is all Leeds. They are absolutely.
Here comes Sunderland. Oh, they've just got a free kick of Leeds. I don't know how though.
Sunderland's off here.
I know.
I fully expect that as well though, because Sunderland are going to not try and hold on, but they're going to defend, aren't they? And they want to keep it.
Does anyone remember John Pemberton's somersault throw-ins? He did one at QPR, got it wrong, and ended up throwing it into the ground 2 foot in front of himself, straight to a QPR player. No, I don't remember that, but I would love to see that. Matt says, don't half miss Soccer AM. Watching that before going to a game was class. Don't like it, was it, Matt? Tim Lovejoy and
Ellen Chamberlain, yeah.
Was it Villa Park 91? Oh, yes, I do, mate, yeah.
That was brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
The Tubes and Rocket and that, and they were brilliant. Yeah, they were class. Dan James just into the box, has a shot with his left foot, it's his own player, comes
great
out.
Tackle.
The great tackle. Oh, he puts it through Tanaka's legs. And that's a foul, referee. Well,
that's a yellow card. That's got to be a yellow card. He pushed him over. It's not going to be weak.
They're defending so well, Sunderland. They put it. Did you know what? It's great to see it because they gain 110% and they're putting bodies on line.
I know. Chris Rigg is about 10 years old.
Is he 17? Him?
18, I think now. Yeah, it might be 17 actually.
Man, you and that are looking at him. Well, I think every team's going to be looking at all big ones.
Yeah,
because he's got some class about him for 17-year-old.
Villa Park 91. Vinnie Jones scored for us after 700 minutes without scoring. I think 4,000 Blades were there. We went mad, but lost 2-1. I don't know, Jeff. Has there? Cammy Gold. I don't know, Jeff. Has there?
Oh. That's got to be. I think that's got to be one at. Oh, hold on. It's the door in box. Tries to play a ball in. Blocked. I think that's got to be one of the best TV moments, football-wise.
Yeah.
That were
been a red card, but who for Chris Kamara?
I saw a player coming off, but I thought he had been substituted.
Archie Gray's come back to watch Leeds. Bless him. Bet they wish they could play him. Love Peter Beagry. The term he had him on toast comes to mind. Sent so many defenders for an hot dog, says Andrew. Yes, he was a good player.
I remember Peter Beagrie most at Bradford because he were a little bit before me at Sheffield United. And then obviously my dad did a lot of work at Bradford and he were a great signing for them.
He used to do a lot of punditry, didn't he, with Sky as well?
Yeah, he did a bit, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Cess Colwell says Scottish player for underrated player. Norwood underrated for me, says Adam. Yeah, good shout. Stop Norwood and you stopped United during those years.
Yeah, he was brilliant when he first signed for us on loan. I remember that ball that he played across pitch, it was like a low driving ball, and you just thought,
Daisy
wow.
cutter. Daisy cutter.
Yeah, we have got a player on his hands here. And then we signed him for about 2 million. It was a rate steal at the time.
Yeah, well. Edwards and Hatton, says Jace. Leeds falling apart again, says North. Great tackle.
Oh, get it. Good tackle, Dan Neil.
Paul Rogers says, what about Vinnie Jones to put red and white on Monday night? Scare the hell out of the Leeds boys. He's an ex-Leeds player, though, isn't he, as well? He could just as easily play for them, I suppose. Toddy says, anyone concerned about Sunderland? They look frightening, and if we lose against Leeds, they'll be 2 points behind us if they win. They won't.
No, they're 5 points. As it stands, they were 8 points behind us. They're 5 points now.
Yeah, you mean if they win the next game and we lose to Leeds?
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then, yeah, there will be 2 points behind us. But no, depends where you want your gap, doesn't it?
Solomon is in behind. He plays the ball across into the box.
Well done, Patterson.
That from Patterson. He takes it in well.
Now, that's going too early, Stephen. Can't wait for the tears at full time. That's going too early, that. Roger Nielsen goes under the radar for how good a player he was for us, says Lee. Time check, says Stephen. It's 54 minutes and 46, 47, 48. Tridelas was an underrated player, says Simon. Bruce did not seem to know where to play him. I think he's shot like Voyager 1. He's still travelling. Plus Euro 2004 winner with Greece. Yes, he was. I remember watching him in that.
Aronson's just coming through.
On a lad's holiday in Greece.
And it's going to be a yellow card. It's about 30 yards out. This just took right-hand side. Chance to get men up here and whip a ball into the box.
Glad we don't have to play Sunderland again, says Joe. Absolutely right. Underrated player, Alan Cork. Yeah. Falling apart again. Matt says he's gone from gin laughing to cup of coffee in his face like a smacked ass. Oh, is that Connor? Bless him.
It's Gruev to whip it in with his left foot. He's going to be. I'm guessing he's going to be curling it.
And Sally James. Well, before my time, that Dublin blade. 55 minutes and 48. 9. In comes a free kick. Good free kick.
And it goes straight into Patterson's hand. They've defended set piece as well, haven't they, Sunderland? They've not created any chances through that.
Sheephead's weather forecast, says David.
Light
down south, a light drizzle.
Then when he used to be in his shed and he'd be flicking things out and he's going like these. Oh dear.
And then they used to all things cold. What's in it?
That Coventry City TV and all, didn't they? Classed it as CCTV. And it worked. What is it now? What was that?
Leeds were pushing on edge at box now, trying to work some space. Well defended again.
Oh,
it bobbles offside. Woo! It's heating up a little bit.
Do you remember when they used to wear them safety high-vis jackets and all, and they'd be like, you are safe. Health and safety. It's just bringing it back.
Northern boys love gravy. Oh, Northern boys love gravy.
Dear.
I think Dino's a real bargain from Donny, around 60k, I think, and also Keith Gillespie was also. Keith Gillespie's a great shout.
Yeah.
Love that Connor's stream is 2 minutes behind, so we can watch his reaction when Sunderland score. I know, Chris. I know. What about Chris Morgan? Mentioning Matt, I'm a big fan of Chris Morgan. Just went over to Connor's channel. Think reality's hit him, says Maury. Trevor Rocky says Kev. Kyle says, if Luton go down and we go up, would you take a punt on Doughty as backup to Burrows? Would he come as a backup player? Probably in the Premier, would, yeah. I'm not as struck on him, as a lot of people are. I don't think he's a bad player by any means. There'll be better Luton players, I think, that would fit us better. Well done, Ballard. Ballard's a good defender.
A
little bit risky that.
Leeds are really playing a high press though here.
Ocky is a werewolf, says Ian. Stephen's a minute behind. Colin Morris, one of the best I've ever seen at the Lane, says Paul. I remember speaking to Keith Edwards at the length when the Blades played a benefit game at Skegness FC. Complete gentleman. Love that. Love that. It's always good when they take the time, isn't it?
Leeds just played the ball into the box. It was Tanaka. They're getting really frustrated here, Leeds.
Scoops it, and it just bobbles
It
wide.
was ball to no one, weren't it?
Oh dear. Let's get frustrated, Tanaka, and get a second yellow.
Yes, please.
How come you're lots that far in front? Because we are watching legitimate streams, North. The Luther Blissett stand.
Yeah.
Yes, the Luther Blissett stand. Colonel and Ginger Rara. Yeah, correct. Pesh for the last minute memories, says Bradley. Absolutely right. Colonel and Ginger Rara. Oh God, I love all them.
That would be, you probably, do you know, half that stuff though, what they got away, you wouldn't get away with it these days, would you?
Connor's message, I think it's from halftime, to be fair. Getting mullered here, fun to watch.
See, I
don't think they're getting mullered,
you know,
are
when
they?
you're watching your own team, you can have such a negative view on it, even if you're like, you know, if you're having more possession but not creating out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think Leeds were that bad anyway in first half. It was very similar to how this second half's going. They just, Sunderland defended really well.
That's a poor free kick to give away, Rig. North says mine's Sky. Well, ours is Sky. The only thing I could suggest is, are you watching on an app, like an internet version, so like through Sky Go or something, because that can slow it down considerably. Because it has to come through internet first, doesn't it, rather than stream. I thought Leeds won the league last week. I don't understand, says Matt. Absolutely right. Oh dear, is that what they're chanting? FX.
Oh wow.
Oh dearie me, dearie me.
Less said about it, better.
Well said.
Grove whips the ball in, and it's headed away from Sunderland again. Aronson hits it on the left foot, and it goes 25 foot wide.
Tell you what, we're an hour in now, 60 minutes.
Yeah. Come on, you Sunderland.
How we pet? Oh, thank you, Lee. I've got your message, pal. About Paul Walker interview. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It were really. How is this a job? How is this a job for me? This. Got to talk to Paul Walker today about Sheffield United.
That's a foul. That's going to be a booking for Trey Hume as well.
I don't know if it is. I don't know if that is a foul, you know.
I think he's sided him from side, Jimmy. It's very similar. I mean, it were closer to ball than what Bogle were, but it's a similar tackle to what Bogle put in.
Let's have a look then.
On Bellingham. Yeah, he don't get ball for me.
He gets ball.
I don't think he does.
He catches man first.
Well, he takes his man first.
He catches man first.
And then as his leg
the ball, he scoops the ball away. So that's fair. Yeah, that's a free kick. I didn't see the.
If we were watching that at Bramall Lane next week, and a Leeds player puts that tackle in, we're up out of our seats asking for a foul and a yellow card, I think.
All right, Jordan, I'm back in my box. Don't worry. Jimmy, what do you think to the game tonight? I'm enjoying it, pal. Not just because Sunderland are winning and Leeds are losing, although that does help. But I think it's a good game. I think it's pretty much been attack versus defence, but it's quite an open game now that Sunderland are in front. The Wenger boys are coming. Yes, Andy, yeah. Well, they all got up behind sofas. No tops on. The Wenger boys are coming. That was such a good program.
And James plays it in for Aronson. Aronson plays it onto the hand. It's never been an handball.
Never been an handball. Dennis Serkin's got a right Keith Lemon going on, hasn't he? With tape he's had that for the last few games. I'm sure he has.
In that
wrist.
It's like what Vardy did, weren't it? He seemed to have it on, and then it was just for a full season he had it on. He's probably doing the same thing. Might be a superstitious thing.
Gaza, hope you're well, pal. Thinking we need a draw here. A draw's not a bad result for us, pal. We were saying at the beginning of the stream, you can make an argument for any result tonight.
Well,
Neil says Jags was class, played in more positions and was brilliant them all. Yeah, absolutely. He were a class above, which is why we could play him in midfield, right back, centre half, and he still did a great job for us. There we go, hang on. I'd expect Sunderland to start making a couple of changes soon, just to try and wrestle back some.
Don't think they're going to be able to defend like this for the rest of the game.
No.
Dan James on edge of box.
Well done.
And that's a foul, isn't it? Surely. From behind. Solomon onto edge of box to Tanaka. He whips a shot to the far post. I don't know if it takes a deflection or not, but it goes wide. And I think it's a goal kick.
Ooh. Nige says Leeds look poor when playing against a decent side. Give me confidence for this next week. I don't think they look poor, Nige. I don't think they look poor. I'll be honest.
No,
Never going to get that. You're never going to. It does strike his arm, but it's by his side.
He's not got. He's literally got no time to react. His arms like you said down like that. There's no time to react. It's never been a penalty.
Zani definitely need to play holding. Say again, mate.
I said I don't think Leeds have been poor. I think you've just got to give a lot of credit to Sunderland because
yes, absolutely right. You do.
Rides.
Play holding against the scum. Not confident with Robbo against this attack. Well, you know my thoughts on it, right? You know my thoughts, pal. That's a yellow card, says Gaz. All right, Gaz, I know you were right. Yes, I was corrected. Easiest yellow card for the ref. Gaz, you're embarrassing me. Good evening, fellas. Sorry for joining late. Don't be daft. Nigel, join whenever you like, pal. Legs first, says Ian. Yeah. I missed the initial tackle, to be fair. I didn't miss it, but I didn't catch it all flush.
Leeds are really camped in Sunderland's off. Fair points a ball in, and it goes straight to Patterson. I tell you what, the lack of quality from Leeds, you can probably say in this game they've not been great. You know, the crosses into the box.
Yeah, true. No cutting edge really yet.
No.
I say yet.
There's still 25 minutes left.
Leeds crumble United to Simon bit early. Should have had Connor on tonight. Just think of Slava you could be giving him now. He's a Leeds United channel, right? I don't think he'll come on a Sheffield United fans' second channel to do a stream on here instead of his own. But I know what you mean. He is coming on for the warm-up on Friday, so make sure you've got your notifications on for that. I think it's going to be 6 o'clock. Before Saturday Soccer AM started, I used to watch Tis Was, says Chris. Top Saturday telly. Can anyone remember the ticker tape entrance at the lane? Throwing ripped up newspaper as they came out. I certainly cannot remember that, Chris.
For me, that one.
Jake says, always thought Leon Clark was underrated. I think Sunderland are the best team on the night, says Eamon. Yeah, they certainly are at the minute. They're just advertising Burnley against Wendy's on Friday night, and then Sunderland against Hull. I'll be doing watch-alongs for both because this is my job now. And I want to see how our Oppo goes. Oh, it's Wendy's versus Sunderland following Friday.
Yes.
West Brom.
Are we doing that one?
Yeah. So doing any of them, mate.
For them that don't know, I'll not be here this weekend, unfortunately. I'm taking some time out in Skegness. So, but I will be back the following week.
You're allowed a break, mate. You're allowed a break. Jimmy, don't forget, Jags also played in goal. Yes, he did. Paul agrees with you. It was a foul. You what?
Which game was it where Jags went in net? Against Man U?
I do remember him, but he had Paddy's grey top on, didn't he? When Paddy went down injured with a hamstring, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure it was Arsenal. Because I remember Van Persie when he hit the ground, and then Jags just stuck his hand up and like knocked it over.
Push it over the bar.
Yeah.
That
was brilliant. That Sunderland's defending. I've been so impressed with him tonight at back.
66 minutes and 26 seconds. 28-29. Nige says, any result works in our favour. We've played Sunderland twice already, so they don't bother, mate. We just need to do our job. Gaz says, never an handball that. Some players will shout for anything. Comes off another part of the body first, too.
Yeah.
Patterson with the sarcastic endo dive. Love that. I'm all for a bit of housery. Second half, no shots on target for Leeds. 4 shots on goal, but none on target. They have had 74% possession, though. Maury says, scenes when Leeds lose, Connor will go full Mark Goldbridge. How's the best right back in the league doing? He's losing, pal. He's losing 1-0.
Solomon has 3 men on him.
Lauren says Sunderland are just hanging on. Don't know about that.
The thing is, what's happening here is when Sunderland do win ball back, Leeds have got 3 and 4 men on the one player who's got ball. And they're just getting it straight back. It's just coming straight back.
Recycling it out straight away.
Yeah,
Timmy says, I really think Sunderland can take a top 2 spot instead of Leeds or Sheffield United. Ian says, ticker tape was for Sabella after they were doing it at the World Cup in Argentina. Yeah. Chris says, same, 78 World Cup throwback. Come on then, score for the Piggies against Burnley. 0-0.
Yeah, 0-0.
So bring the popcorn. It's going to be a nail-biting, exciting goal fest. I think the Wendy's will lose to Burnley out of spite, possibly Dave. But if we get to watch them lose, that's a bonus as well, isn't it? The ripped up newspaper was after the Argentine World Cup, says Dublin Blade. John says Connor is looking worried on the Weeds watch along. Sunderland are a good side. Come on, you red and white wizards. Matthew says it was Arsenal Jags went in the net for. Yes, yeah, it was. Ticker tape I can remember was after the World Cup in Argentina, says David. Sabella, so we made him feel at home. Simon says like and subscribe. It only takes a second and costs nothing. Can I say thank you to the sponsors? Thank you very much, pal. Yes, you can say thank you to the sponsors. The sponsors, Action Coach Sheffield and Marty Griet, sponsoring our second channel. A little bit over. That's it. A little bit more. Not other side.
Lots of Action Coaches there, isn't it?
Action Coaches there, yeah. Marty Griet, Marty Griet is responsible for all these amazing posters behind me. And if you put Blades Ramble in at the checkout, you'll get a free poster, a Ramble exclusive poster.
He just followed me on Twitter as well this morning. So if
there
he's
you go.
Thanks very much for the follow.
There you go. He's a Rambler. What can I say?
Danny Roberts has a shot from 50 yards out. Keeper saves it.
Geordie, give my regards to Skeggy, says Paul. Sheffield out in the top two. Timmy. Sheffield United are Timmy. David says, regarding the ticker tape, we used to rip paper into little pieces and throw them in the air when teams came out. It's an Argentinian thing because we had Sabella. Can somebody tell me if it was linked to the World Cup in 78? And was it something to do with Alex Sabella? I think it might be. Bryce, Nige has been on that wacky stuff again, Bry. Unbelievable. No, to be fair, you can tell how good a side Leeds are. I'm not, we jest, don't we? But Leeds are pushing and pushing here. They are going to be the ones for the last 20 minutes that will crank up the pressure. It'd surprise nobody if they got an equaliser. Nobody at all. So it's not over. I'm just enjoying the fun while it lasts.
Hopefully, it lasts for another 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the attack, Leeds come again, though. Dan James. Sunderland got every man back. Pirro, 25 yards out. Has a curling shot.
Great save.
Pushes it onto a penalty spot and an iron heads it clear. Have they made a... Oh, is that
well done.
Roberts, lovely skill, son. And that's a foul, referee. Yes. Fouling Sunderland's off.
Well done, Patterson. Miss Patterson.
Gem sandwich.
All I can see is South Park when you shout Timmy. Well, yeah. No, Nige, just trying to educate Timmy about the sides in Sheffield. Connor has called his midfield knobs. All right, okay. Wow. No respect. His name says it all, Bri. Dave says ticker tape comes from Argentina World Cup. Every time Argentina played, it was like a snowstorm. Thank you, Dave. God, I despise Leeds, says Danny. Not a fan of these Monday night kickoffs for us. Should be a Friday, says Kyle. Yeah, it'll be weird going into a weekend that we're not playing.
I wish it were a Saturday 3 o'clock.
Yeah, me too.
Man. But it's Sky, innit? It is what it is.
That were never going to be a Saturday 3 o'clock, or
no.
Leeds Sheffield United.
It's just head tennis at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, but Leeds come away with it. Right hand side now.
Dan James.
Towards edge at box. Crossed in deep. Headed clear by Trey Hume.
And then
again by Bellingham. Yeah, where did Jude Bellingham that?
Yeah, Firpo gets it done in centrally. And he tries to play it out wide to Solomon. And he goes out for a throw in. They're running out of ideas, Jim. They're running out of ideas.
Guy says, I don't think Leeds are a big fan of these Mondays either. Gaz reckons Leeds will finish top 2 in my opinion. And with the Blades will finish above them. Up the Blades.
Love
Gaz,
that,
I
Gaz.
think Leeds finish
Love
top 2.
that.
I think Leeds finished top 2. Absolutely right. But they haven't won the league, have they? No matter what game, what day they play. Leeds are getting careless, says Ray. Ray, you're 14 seconds in front of us, so don't get me all excited. Ref's had a decent game so far, says Cooler. Yeah, he has.
Sunderland are making a change. I didn't see it were, though.
No, I didn't either. The 9-day break to next Monday will hopefully be good for the players, though. Give them plenty of time to recover and rehab. I agree with that, Lee, as well. Yeah. That's a fair shout. Leeds are falling apart again, says Danny Boy.
Sunderland are really packing it out, aren't they? Making it tough. Leeds lose the ball once again, and it's cleared by Bellingham. They've got one man back now, Leeds. Is that, or is it who's back there?
Push pineapple, shake the tree, innit?
No, is it a straight? Come on, or straight, whatever it's called. Number 5. Oh,
Oh,
number
it might
5.
have done. Yeah, is
Yeah,
it Joe
is.
Rodon?
Because it were Ampadu and Rodon, weren't it, at back? And I don't know if Ampadu was pushed into the centre now. I wonder if they brought. It looks like they brought Gruev off. To me, they brought Gruev off, put Ampadu into centre mid, and Pascal Strakes come on at centre half.
Yeah, that's right. Is Ampadu here in middle? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That was like a cameo moment. I missed it.
Too busy getting excited, mate. Ian says, ticker tape landing on your head was an improvement on the old toilet rolls they used to throw before that. Jimmy, did you or Jordan know the ticker tape was all due to the World Cup in Argentina? Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, David. Thank you. Sorry, Jimmy, crappy iPhone predictive text. That's supposed to help, but makes you look. Enjoying the read comments along, lads. Just hope we don't get done by these. They are good, unfortunately, says Lee. You're right, mate. You're right, they are. Gruev and Tanaka off, Rothwell and Strike on. Mayenda coming on for Sunderland. Says Ian. Thank you, Ian, for keeping up with us, because I've been reading comments instead. And it's cross is wide of the far post. Goes to nothing. And now the Sunderland will make the changes. A couple of changes. Keeping this game in mind, how do you see us doing against them? Any areas we can take advantage of Leeds? I don't rate the goalkeeper. He's not done much wrong tonight, to be fair, but I don't rate the goalkeeper. If they play Ampadu at centre-half, we're laughing all day long. And I don't think their fullbacks are great when they're turned around. So I'm not saying they're not very good going forward, because they are. But turn them round. Sunderland.
Isidore's coming off. We're on 75 minutes and 6 seconds. Isidore's come off. I'm just trying to look at what the other one were. Isidore and Rig have come off, and Abdul Samed and Mayenda have come on for Sunderland.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Brand says, I believe I remember you saying that Connor asked you to do a watch along with him for Monday's game, Jimmy. I hope you said no. I actually go to home games. We were trying to work it out, but obviously I'm at the game. I think Connor's going to be at the game now as a guest to somebody else. But so yeah, we'll see. We're going to try and get something done. But obviously I'll be watching the game rather than doing a watch along of the game.
Go on then. Go.
Oh.
Here we go. Sirkin he's on edge of the box. He plays it essentially. Rothwell sends it back to Melier, who clears it upfield.
We're watching Leeds Rhinos here, or what, says Nige. Steve Conroy was a top keeper. I remember him doing a pre-match warm-up with Anglo-Italian Cup, doing kick-ups on the halfway line. Nice. Oh, dear. Eamon, I don't see this. I mean, it's your opinion, pal, so you're not wrong, but Leeds are useless tonight, Jimmy, up the Blades, up the Ramble. Maybe I just see him out of fear a little bit. There's a free kick to
silly foul by Roberts. No, it's like I said earlier, and I said they're just not like the cutting edge.
Yeah,
and then Sunderland have defended for their lives and defended really, really well. And Leeds are making 2 subs. I think is that Joseph that's coming on, and Ramazani.
Yes, it is. Goals by subs. Leeds have got 12 behind Wendy's 14. Bloody hell.
Well, Wednesday are usually behind, aren't they? They make subs and then bleeding score.
Joe Rothwell's on. I didn't see him come on either.
I think he come on when Rodon went off, didn't he? And Strike come on.
Yeah.
Striker, however you say his name. Rothwell kills the ball into centrally, and it's a goal.
It's a good goal as well.
And it's Pascal Strike. He killed the ball into bang in front of the keeper on edge of 6-yard box, and he just flicks it on with his head and it goes in. 1-1. Here we go.
Bloody hell.
Well, it's still
that cross is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a great ball in, isn't it? Love the curling ball in. It loses his man, doesn't he? The man who was marking goal scorer falls on floor. If he don't fall on floor, potentially
it's
he wins.
Sub, isn't it? It's sub.
Yeah. And Nine tried to clear it online as well. but kicked it into the top right net. You can't say, do they deserve it? They've been better team.
I'd say so. I'd say they
bit better
deserve a
team.
draw, yeah. Lee says, get Connor to triple point before the game. That'd be good for Ramble on the road. Yeah, he's... I've invited him, mate. He's up... I'll see what we can do. I'll see what we can do. I said he's more than welcome. He was just laughing initially. That dude on the left for Leeds is beating Sunderland's left back every time, cutting in. That dude on the... Do you mean on the right, Tim, for Leeds? Is cutting in. I don't know. Will Connor be in triple point on Monday night? Possibly, Chris. Possibly. If he's going, he might as well pick his Blades shirt up from the club shop, says Brown. And then a few of you saying about it scored. Draw's the best result for me, says Joe. Draw suits, says Ian. Art Leeds great. 3 cheers for Ramirez.
It's Dan. Dan James just gets a foul. I think Sirkin's going in book here. Yeah.
To be fair, it's a great goal, says Chris. It is a good goal.
Yeah.
Pascal scored a worldie against us. Yeah, that's right. Saint says, I don't mind any result. Connor going to triple point. He can't even go to a home game. Come on. Credit. Good goal. Draw's okay, though, says Ray. I bet Connor's giving it large now. Leeds have scored. I bet he is. Prefer the draw, personally, says James. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Exactly. A lot of people.
We're on a time check, so 79, 36, 37, 38.
Yeah, same, mate. I remember Alan Woodward playing in goal when Odgie had to go off, says Wayne. Connor will need to dye his eyebrows again after his stress tonight, says Nige. 1-1, come on, Sunderland, says Lawrence. John says, perfect. Leeds drop 2 points. Sunderland drop 2 points. Blades get 3. There you go. Different ways of looking at it, isn't there? Skiddy says, there's loads of time for Leeds to win this now. Don't worry about it. Connor just called it set piece city. Wow. Keep it at 1-1 and let's hope for a red card to Leeds. Absolutely right. Bloke on the left for Leeds against Sunderland. Right back. Okay, I got you, Tim. Yeah, Trey Hume. We're doing well as well in first half. Draw or a Leeds win is fine, says Tazzy.
Near the last 10 minutes now, isn't it, for Sunderland?
Aye. Yeah, Leeds will throw everything now, won't they?
Yeah. They were I think they were doing that anyway, weren't they? But it's even more so now. Dan James gets it, turns
James
back onto his right foot, onto edge of box. Perot has a shot, it's blocked, and it's cleared, but not very far. And Lafee takes it round Bogle and kicks it out, and it's a throw in deep into Sunderland's half. And Bogle is trying to G at Leeds fans up now as well.
Bogle can do one.
Oh, he's jeering him up, but yeah, it's a Sunderland throw, and it must have deflected off him. Keith Lemon to take the throw in. Why does he always look miserable, Farker?
Well, he's managing Leeds, isn't he?
Leeds have just got it now as well. In their own half for a change. Goes back to Melia. Takes it onto his left foot in the box.
Sheffield United.
Wrong team, Jim. It's Sunderland in red and white tonight.
I can cheer for my boys.
So is that Firpo on this left-hand side plays it into the box.
Oh,
Gets the ball. Ballard tackles him, but he's offside. That's what we like to see.
Certainly do, pal.
Take your time, Sunderland, just like Sheffield United do.
Take your time, Sheffield United.
Yeah, it's just showing you a foul now as well. It was a silly foul from Robert, in lead up to a goal.
It was.
But yeah, you can't take note away from free kick. It was a great ball in. I think Sunderland were complaining for a foul. A player that went down that were strikes.
No, try for out though, wouldn't you? I suppose. Yeah. Connor's gone from grumpy to being champions in 2 seconds. Well, there you go. Flaky Leeds. Marching on together. You see him?
That's how you sum him up. And one Leeds fan.
Oh, mate, yeah.
He's like he is, and then he's all nicey on his other channel. So
I know he is. Marching on together is potentially the worst song in football, by the way. Only in competition with North London Forever. Bill, there's some pushback on that. I'm not a massive fan of Marching On Together, but my dad loves it as an anthem, and he thinks if that were ours, we would love it. So, 1-2.
1-2-1, do one.
2-1 Bogle. Oh. Daz says, just quickly looked at Connor's stream. Looks relieved, bit weird, as one of his mates is watching tucked up in bed. Well, miserable Farker. Ian. Nice. Hate to say it, but Leeds have looked good this half. I agree, Tazzy. I think they're good. Well, they're a good team, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Just clear it. No, don't go that way, Ballard.
No, I know you were in two minds there, weren't he?
Thought we were going to do a Jack Robinson then.
They could still run away and nick this, you know.
I know.
I was falling asleep just before they scored as much. You what, mate?
There's only one team. If there's another goal to come, there's only one team that's going to get it, and it's been like it all second half as well.
He's a miserable Farker, says Dublin Blade. Sunderland catch him on the counter attack, says Beast Boy. Don't know about that.
We're balling behind, and Ballard clears it out for a throw in.
Justice Connor will be happy. He said without strike, they weren't an aerial threat. All that coaching has been proven. He knows his stuff. That's right. As a former coach, I can say. I've never heard of that one, Jimmy. Looked confused. You never heard of that one, Jimmy? Looked confused. No. I'm losing track. I'm losing my mind, Nige. I can't. Thing is, the worst thing for me is multitasking, and this is all about multitasking, innit? I'm just useless. I bloody hate Leeds, says Beast Boy. A draw would be a good result, says Sam. Yeah, it'd been nicer if it'd been the other way around. If Leeds had gone in front and then Sunderland pull them back.
Yeah,
but you know we can't be. I
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it anyway.
So we're back to being, and Joel vouched for this in the comments. We're back to being the team that's accrued the most points in the league. Are we, Joe?
Dan James puts the ball into the back six, a great ball. Treum misses it. Ramazani gets it. He looks to take Hume on. That's a good tackle.
Well done.
Sunderland come away with the ball.
Well done.
Roberts. Now clear it. Just get rid. And he does.
Oh, my word.
But Bogle intercepts it. Straight back into Dan James, who's going to have a run at Sirkin. Tries to knock it past him, and another good tackle, but it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Piling the pressure on. Absolutely piling it.
Come on, mate. We have a 66% chance of a decent result tonight. Leeds win or draw will do for us, says Scott. There you go. I thought Sunderland win would be all right.
Ex-Leeds players now coming on for Sunderland. Jan Paveda.
He's hardly.
Well,
Ugh.
Come on for Paddy Roberts.
Score. Time check, Jimmy, please, says Bry. We're on 85 and 48, 49, 50. Get Gilchrist on Bogle Monday night, says Stephen. Gilchrist on Bogle?
Well, that won't work, would it? Because
they're both right backs. They're opposite ends at pitch. Bogle getting snapped. The cop would erupt. It wouldn't be. It'd be Jack Robinson if he's like marching down the right. Jack Robinson coming across might get him.
He's just speaking of Bogle. He's on ball now.
Jack Robinson, ole.
That's a foul.
So it's going to be interesting now because I think Leeds will continue to push forward, which will probably leave gaps, and Sunderland will feel like they need to win this game. So all set for a brilliant last 5 minutes. I've enjoyed this game, mate.
Yeah,
I think if it stays like this,
enjoyed it.
Yeah, we would have been top by 2 points without the -2. Crazy how good it's been so far. And it's going to be electric Monday night, says Andrew. Yeah, it is. It certainly is.
Yeah. And we need to get behind them as well. We've been far too quiet. I know against Middlesbrough.
We were good against Borough. Crowd were very good against Borough.
Bad refereeing decision, didn't it, to get everyone?
Yeah, true.
Get everyone going again. We need to be at it from the off.
Yeah, I think so, Joe. We're due another Melier clanger, aren't we?
That would be nice.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Can't see a lot of time being added. Well, we shall see.
I
wasn't able to get a ticket, but Monday will be a great night. It will, pal. It will be a great night.
Has it sold out yet, do we know? Or are there still tickets left?
There might be some tickets left, you know.
It surprises me. Well, I think it will be. I'll be very surprised if it's not a sellout.
Come end, yeah.
Oh, what are you doing here? Just get
playing dangerous, aren't they?
Yeah, very dangerous, but it's cleared by Sunderland. Leeds are pushing every man up. They've literally got 2 men at back, and that is it. They've got everyone else going forward.
1-1 keeps Sunderland at bay. 7 clear is a massive lead, says Taz. Yeah. Hamer will tie Bogle up in knots. He will if he plays, James. He will if he plays. If his hamstring's not in knots. I'm thinking 4 mins, says Gaz.
Right out wide. Paveda gets it on this right-hand side. He's going to...
Probably about right, Gaz.
Plays it inside to Treum, who tries to put a cross in. Leeds straight gets back. Firpo's just got it on the byline in the corner, looking for a foul. Does he get the foul? Yep, he does.
Rubbish.
Stupid.
Holding to start against Leeds, says Nige. Robbo will be dropped, I reckon. Give Peck the armband. He will get the lane rocking, even though it will be loud already. Robinson with this attack cannot play on Monday, says Dublin Blade. I don't get the abuse that Jack Robinson gets, honestly. I think he's out of order. Leeds fans claiming to be devastating. Even if they win here, they would have won less than us. Correct. We've won 2 more games than them, haven't we? Tickets are left, says Timmy. Yeah, I think they are. There are tickets left. Skiddy says, can't believe they took Isidore off. It was good when Sunderland cleared the ball up to him. I agree. Taking off a proven goal-scoring threat is a risk in it.
Yeah.
Bruce, the last-minute winner in front of the Cop, says Beast Boy.
I don't think he'll get a game.
I don't either. Great being the John Travolta on the dance floor, but does you no good if your ugly mate pulls the last you're trying to pull? Yes, mate. Yes.
Unlucky lad.
Love that.
Oh, get away with it.
Wilder said Hamer, Cannon and Moore will all be available for Leeds. He also said Kiefer Moore would be available for Luton, and he wasn't.
He also said Ty Campbell had a back injury, and it definitely weren't, and it definitely were a bleeding hamstring injury. So I'd take it with a pinch of salt. That I'll just wait.
He's a wily operator, is Chris Wilder, man.
Yeah, just wait until the squads come out.
You think Wilder's playing mind games again? He said after Luton game that Hamer will be available for Leeds. I know he did, and he might be, Scott. He might be, but I would not be shocked if Junior Firpo booked now. I would not be shocked if Gus Hamer doesn't play. Isidore had been booked, says Paul. SP score prediction. Is that for Monday? I'll be doing mine at warm-up, pal. So you'll have to tune in to find out. George, what's your score prediction? 5 minutes added.
1-0 Blades.
Good shout. 1-0 Robbo, header, 87 minutes, says Mike. That pish water logo on the front of the Leeds shirt has got to be one of the worst companies to be associated with, says Josh.
Red
Okay. Moore's got a point to prove when he's back. Seeing as he's fully fit, might be a different player when he comes back, says Nigel. Let's hope so. 100% confident clip incoming, Jimmy. No SP was spelling. Mine is fish. Okay, mate. Okay. Oh, dearie me.
Just running weight now. Plays it into Joseph. Junior Firpo out wide. Comes across to the edge of the box for Amazon. It nearly fell to Joseph and all to get through. Sunderland come away with it. Lose the ball straight away. Then it hits Paveda. Mayenda back to Paveda, and that's a foul surely from Ampapu, and it is in the Sunderland half. They're on 91 minutes and 10 seconds, and Leeds are just making a sub. It looks like Sam Byram's coming on for Junior Firpo.
School night and Sky coverage equals tickets left. Yeah, that's right, Andrew. That's usually the case, isn't it? Firpo had a shocker tonight.
I don't think he's all that, me.
I don't either.
I'm not a massive fan of him. Well, I'm not a fan. I won't be a fan of him anyway, but if we're talking sensibly with a level head, I don't think he's out special.
Anel to score a 50-yarder, Jag Spesh. Love that. Unbelievable. Not been able to watch as it's been. Is it a deserved Sunderland point, says Ninja? Well,
we will see.
Just a Sunderland attack. Leeds have been dominant in possession, not created much at all. Sunderland have defended really well, but are really sort of waning now.
Is it a foul? It's going to be a yellow card. Is that an iron? It's a second yellow if it is. And he would have been. Oh, no, he didn't get booked. It was Isidore, weren't it?
Yeah. Should have been 09.
Yeah.
That Farker was a Messerschmitt, if you are old enough to know the joke. Okay, I'm not. Apparently, me and Ian were mentioned in the Ramble on the Road, but I can't seem to find it. Any idea what Jamie said? Can't find it. It's on main page, pal. It's available to all. It's the latest video that's not live. So if that makes sense.
Jamie did a great job as well. Just a
big shout
out, Mr. Dumpling. That the footage you got from game were fantastic.
It was good, mate. Wasn't it? Really, really good. A late Sunderland goal here would be amazing, says Tom. I don't think it's coming, pal. I don't think that's coming. There might be a late goal, but I don't think it's a Sunderland one.
Yeah, they're currently
93 minutes now.
Joe Rothwell is attacking. Comes out to Sam Byram, who plays it back towards halfway line, which was a strange decision. Sunderland have got every man behind ball as well. We've got a minute and 35 seconds left. Bogle in behind. Bellingham picks it up. Turns his man. Surely he's just going to clear it. He does up to halfway. And it looks like it's going back to Melier, is it? No, strike turns. I don't. Well, if Leeds want to score again, they need to hurry up here, don't they? Because time's running out. And they're just playing it a long back line at the moment.
Beast Boy says, I watched the video but can't seem to find where he mentioned me. All right, okay. That angle he got on the goal was excellent. Hats off to Jamie Dumpling. Yeah, hats off to Jamie Dumpling. Jaden Bogle.
Oh, he's into the box. Has a shot with his left foot. And to be honest, I don't know why Patterson tries to save that then, because it was going wide. And
out for a corner now.
It was out for a corner.
H from Steps. Last time we played Leeds, it was a tragedy. Definitely better best forgotten. Hopefully we'll light up the world. Yeah, and it's not going to be one for sorrow, is it, H? Say hello to Claire. She were always my favourite. Bet Donna McGilligan isn't happy. Donna McGilligan. Disgraceful. Right, corner for Leeds. Last chance of the game, most likely. 94 minutes and 36, 37 of 5 added.
Rothwell.
Corner in from Rothwell. Header from Leeds. It's not cleared.
Ramazani. That's
a mix of Ramazani. It goes wide, but it's...
Oh, Rothwell turns his man. He's in box. It's a left foot. It's in. I don't believe it. Literally, last kick at game, that, isn't it? Wow.
That is awful from Sunderland. That is awful from Sunderland.
All I've done in all game is give him credit on the defending. And literally, the last kick of the game, it's shocking defending.
Oh, jeez. He's definitely coming on battle on warm-up in Connor now.
Oh, I wonder who will be now. Mr. Bipolar. I said though, didn't I? I said about 5 minutes ago, I said if there's going to be another goal in this game, it's Leeds. It weren't going to be Sunderland.
What a signal that is. Chuffing hell.
Well, the only way you can look at it in a positive way, Sunderland are still 8 points behind us. We play Leeds on Monday. They're 2 points in front of us. We play them on Monday. We have every chance we beat them and go back in front of them. Look at it that way. So they've just scored, but why is Farker getting booked? Please don't tell me he's complaining at referee for something. Oh, he's going to see it goal here, isn't he? He's got his pajama bottoms on.
Oh, that's
that.
Disgraceful.
Them comments have soon changed, and it look gonna batter Sheffield United next. Soon changed. And it's full time, I think, as well. Wow. I mean, I think what all you can say is fair play. Well done. It's just down to us now, Jim. We'll humble them. We'll humble them next week. We'll humble them.
We need to beat them. We need to beat them. Ugh.
Like I said, we're 8 points clear. 8 points clear of Sunderland. Come on, be positive.
So, any result tonight, we can make it.
Exactly.
We can make it work. Okay. Simon says, I'll gladly take a 1-1. Watch Jamie, says Sheila. One thing Disco Dave has nothing to worry about. Absolutely right. Some shocking vocals on there. Dublin Blade says, watch Jamie's road vlog, but their ex CD was something wrong with it. What? Don't know what that means. Yeah, I can see all your comments. Timmy says, I love football. Incoming Connor. Wow, says Chris. My God. How have they done that then? I know. I watched Jamie's on the road ramble, but there was something wrong with the sound. As every couple of seconds, the sound went off for some reason. Yes, it did. Unlucky lads marching on together, says Tom. Unlucky. Unbelievable. Celebrating at half time. Yeah, Timmy, you see, this is what it's about, isn't it? So now you can give it back to us. And it doesn't really make a difference, to be honest.
And do you know what? I still enjoyed it.
Exactly right. We couldn't lose tonight.
Brilliant.
So fair play to Leeds. And like somebody said, when Leeds come back and win it, what will you say? Well done. And it is. It's well done to Leeds again.
Yep.
Who've done it. Could Bellingham be a buy in the summer if we go up? No chance, Andrew. No chance. Mackham stay down. Don't know his market value, mind. About 30 million quid, I reckon.
Yeah.
I did say Leeds win. Is that Sunderland out of it now? It's
close to it, isn't it?
It's probably Sunderland out of catching Leeds because they're 10 points behind Leeds now with that goal difference as well. So Leeds are probably out of sight of Sunderland now. Gives Wilder more reason to get us to attack Leeds instead of sitting back. Absolutely right. Dad says, I'm fine with it. I bet that that's got Connor's mate out of bed. Let's just concentrate on making the gap bigger on Sunderland and Burnley. He's not looking a miserable Farker now. Why is his mate in bed? No idea.
He is because he's about to do a team talk and cameras just try getting in. You know where they're all group puddled.
Oh, right,
Push camera away.
No. If you're doing a watch along for the Wendy's against Burnley, I'll get another can of paint and give the fence a second coat, says Craig. Once again, lads, thanks for the watch along. Really enjoyed it. Don't feel so isolated here in Spain. Thanks to the Ramble. Up all the Rambles, up the Blades. Come on, you red and white wizards. Thank you, pal. Thank you, mate. And thanks for joining us. We need to be on it now, says Jack. Liam says, shh. Sunderland have no chance in catching the top two now. That's them done, I reckon. Now let's get shut of Burnley. Why is Connor not at the game, says Mogger. I think it's a business decision, to be honest, Mogger. Riff says, doesn't matter. It's always been up to us to do it for ourselves. Creates a gap between us and Sunderland. It was a win-win for us. It was, Riff. Absolutely. Absolutely right. I hate to admit it, but that man is bloody great. What a difference he makes. Yeah, that's true. Very true. It means Sunderland get no points, says Lawrence. Absolutely. The Saint says, enjoy it, Leeds. We would if it was us. That's right. That's absolutely right. Hilt says, between us and Burnley now for auto promotion. Yeah. We're 2 points behind Leeds, so we're not out of a race with Leeds. Dave says, your luck is going to come to an end next Monday, lads. I'm telling you now, Leeds. Thanks for your input there, Dave P. What's that goalie doing, says Skiddy? I don't know. Thanks, you two. Great fun along. Thank you, pal. Lucky Leeds, says Lawrence. He kept it in for the corner, then completely missed the ball for the goal. I know. That's creepy. One of them is in bed, another's in his PJs. Turn it off. They clearly need a cuddle. I think they're going to get plenty of cuddles tonight, looking at how happy they are. Is that his OnlyFans channel? Jesus, put the lad down, Connor. Fair play to him and his mates. That's the beauty of football, says Cooler King. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They have their days. We have our days. That's what it's about, isn't it, pal? That's absolutely what it's about. That's why we love it. Fair play to them. They got the win in the end. Nothing different to what we do nearly every week. Wow, well, careful. But yeah, don't worry. They're coming to our backyard, says Matt. Not a chance we beat Leeds, says Sonny. But Sunderland were a team I feared. Not Burnley. They draw too much. Great watch along, guys, says Chris. I've loved it, apart from the score. Yeah, me too, pal. Thank you. Riff says, but that last-minute win defo gives them a massive confidence boost. This is what happens when you sit back all game. I agree, James. They just got deeper and deeper, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ian, thank you so much, pal. Barcelona just completed my weekend. Zaka, spreading the joy. You are a top man, gatekeeper. Thank you, pal. They're going to be insufferable next week, says Ben. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And he says, could see that coming with all the pressure they put on Sunderland. I could too. Andrew says, you don't think Leeds are falling apart again on 32 minutes? I do. All right. I don't have much chance to sing it this season, so I'm going to sing it when I can. Farker touchline ban against us. Oh, is he? Oh, I didn't realise that, guys. Fair dues. I don't think they tend to make much difference, to be honest. I might be wrong. Scott saying same. Leeds were poor, says Connor. Farker has got a touchline ban for our game next Monday, says Ian. Tom says, thank you, Leeds, for pushing Sunderland down and making our auto promotion more likely? Cheers, lads. It's a good way of looking at it, Tom. Sunderland don't deserve to get promoted. Now, I thought Sunderland were decent tonight, I have to say. They are a good side. We'll beat you, but you will still go up, lads, says Dave. Well,
see you next Monday.
Maybe. Joe says, the only good news is I had Isidore to score and have 2 shots on target and no red card in the first half. 2 goals and 3 goals. Productive night. Up the Blades. Nice one, Joe. That's one way to look at it, Tom. Sunderland 8 points behind us. That's 3 games we have to lose, says Zonny.
Yeah.
Cheers, Jimmy and George, says Bry. Let's be having you. Where are you? Says No Pyro, No Party. That train's never late. Great live, lad, says Beast Boy. Joined us for the last 10 minutes, but thank you, pal. Very much appreciate it. Been a good laugh. That well done to you too. Thank you, Paul. I hope you all join me when I'm on my own on Friday. Thanks, George. Unbelievable. Touchline ban for the lane. Yes, Taz. Yes, mate. Jack says, was the ref playing next goal winner? I think probably, yeah, maybe. It's a funny old game. Blades 95th minute winner next Monday, says Paul. I'd love that. Can you imagine? It would go off, wouldn't it? Someone having an asthma attack in the comments. I don't know, Phil. Don't know, mate. Riff says QPR away is going to be a potential banana skin for us with their current form outside of the Leeds and Burnley games. I agree. They're the 3 trickiest games I think we've got left. Into United. Karma for the Melier Howler, says Mr. Vancouver. Probably, yeah. That's probably right. Football aside, what a night with you two. I had a right laugh tonight. Being class, thank you, mate. Leeds have never been on a big job. Come on, Blades. Monday, have it, says North. Craig says, great game watching in Istanbul via Pakistan. Forgot to send your T-shirt. We'll send it when I'm back, mate. Thank you, Craig. Very kind of you, pal. Great watch along, lad, says Ray. And Nipper says, close call that, Jimmy, lad. See you Monday. Come on, Leeds. You will see me Monday. You'll definitely see me Monday. Well, you won't see me on screen on Monday, but I'll be at the game on Monday night. So I am next. In fact, the next thing you'll see out of the Ramble is the Paul Walker interview, which we'll be releasing tomorrow. And then we'll be back for the day after Tuesday. So that's the next time you'll see me. I'm next back on Behind the Ramble on Friday for the Burnley and Wendy's game. Come on. No, I can't say it. So, oh, here we go. Leeds are falling apart again. Very enjoyable, Jimmy and George. Thanks as always, says Ian. Thank you, pal. This should kill off Sunderland and can't believe it will score enough goals to get second. Riff says, funniest thing I've ever heard, the silence of the lambs quote. It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again using a fucker voice. It's hilarious. Okay, I can't do that. Make the most of it. Leeds is going to be a long season next season, says Zonny. Jimmy, that man in bed is Connor's brother. Okay, right, fair enough. If they want to share a bed at their age, that's up to them. I'm not judging them. Come on Wednesday. I'll say it, mate. Thank you. You can say it. I can't. I definitely can't say it right. No one can say that Leeds didn't deserve that win. I agree, Lee. Justice was done. Leeds are falling apart again. Bring on the blunts. We'll see you on Monday, pal. We'll see you Monday. Ian says, what a great watch along, Jimmy and Jord. Better to listen to miserable Inchcliffe on Sky up the Behind the Ramble, like and subscribe. And Paul says, remember, Jim Bob, there's 2 types of football team in Yorkshire. There's Leeds and those who wish they were Leeds. Love from S11 overlooking Steptoe's yard. Fair dues, Paul. We will see you on Monday night, Leeds fans. Thank you to everybody that's joined us in the comments. I love these. These have turned into one of my favourite things to do. I seem to say that about every show, but I think we're on a bit of a roll now with both channels, really. But I'm absolutely loving how things are going. And I just come on and I have a laugh. These watch-alongs with my mate, Jord. I were on 3 Mardy Blades last night, having a laugh with my other mates as well. And I just think, thank you to everybody that supports the channels because it means an awful lot to me. So thank you. And George, thank you for joining me tonight through your ill health. I appreciate you powering through, pal.
And to be honest, I'm glad I've come on because before I felt crap, but it's been a great laugh on it.
It's been good, mate. It's been good.
And that result, I haven't put a dampener on it. It's been a great stream tonight. It's been a lot better than it has been recently. So thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, mate. And have a good time this weekend.
Cheers, pal.
You're back at Lane. You're back at Lane for the game, aren't you?
Absolutely.
So I'll see you Monday night, won't I?
I'll be in TP.
Nice one. All right. Well, thank you to everybody for joining us. But for now, come on, you red and white wizards.
Up the blade.